Mm. Inches on them fuckers. Guess not. Maybe this one. How you like that? Uh-huh. Hey, how you like that? How you like that, you fucker? You want to fuck with me, Logical? You want to troll Billy? There, let's do that. Let's see what you do about this. There, Logical. I can't address what you say. Yeah, you have nothing to address. You're a dumb fucker. Yeah, I'm the benevolent troll. Logical. You burnt your feet, had to have staples. Lovely, huh? I'm looking to see if I want to move this table. Fuck is this bullshit?
Since 2008, Luke's Wings has brought military, veteran, and police families together, providing more. Since 2008, Luke's Wings has brought military, veteran, and police families together, providing more than 17,000 flights to wounded service members while they recover. For $12 a month, you can reunite a hero family for Christmas. Donate at lukeswings.org today.
Civilian federal service follows countless paths, each road unique, each journey distinct. Group term life insurance from WAPA has the coverage and benefits to protect you and your loved ones wherever Fed life leads. WAPA, for Feds, by Feds.
289 points, but it was the NASDAQ that fell 612 points, tumbling by U.S. tech stock losses over word of a cheaper Chinese version AI being developed. Traffic and weather next, then Mark Levin on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
The WMAL Free Speech Forum, the first 100 days. Join your favorite WMAL personalities live on stage. Sunday, April 27th at the Birchmere in Alexandria. That's a good thing. Get your tickets before they sell out at WMAL.com. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher. Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Need office furniture to fit any budget? Visit PVI in Frederick, open Monday through Saturday.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Here's Michelle Murray in the heavy carpet cleaning traffic center. In the district, there is still a road closure to be aware of. Stanton Road is closed in both directions between Jasper Place and the Sibley Parkway due to a water main break and flooding conditions in that area. Outbound Sibley Parkway still a slow go between First Sterling Avenue and Stanton Road. And you will find accident activity still on Landover Road east of the BW Parkway. BW Parkway is slow going northbound, headed from 450 towards 197, and some slowing southbound between 198 and Powder Mill Road. And 95 in Calverton still slow southbound between 212 and the Beltway. Now from GarageDirectCare.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Mainly clear skies this evening, down to 33 to 40 degrees. Overnight, 29 to 36 degrees. And a high temperature Tuesday between 45 and 52 degrees. Skies will be partly cloudy. It will be breezy, but then a windy Wednesday under sunshine with a high temperature around 56 degrees for DC. Could be the warmest, highest temperature in a month. I'm 7 News Chief Meteorologist Veronica Johnson in the First Alert Weather Center.
46 in Washington. I'm Barbara Britt on News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Now,
On News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Mark Levin.
We've once again made contact with our leader of the time. But then.
Hello, American. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start the program this way. First of all, welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. I know I did. I don't want to upset the people in Washington, D.C., but the Eagles won, didn't they, Mr. Producer? Would they win by 400 or 500 points? I can't remember. And not to upset the people in Kansas City, but I hope you get your ass kicked. No offense. I love Kansas City. But enough is enough. All right, done. Now, we're going to move on from this, but birthright citizenship, if you really want to understand birthright citizenship, the wrong place to go are the Sunday shows. All the Sunday shows, the hosts, the guests don't have the foggiest idea what they're talking about. I have posted, how many, Mr. Badu? 3, 4, 5, 6? Audio and video of me discussing birthright citizenship. I may be one of the experts in the whole country. It's something I've been dealing with for 20 years. Now, it doesn't mean the Supreme Court will agree with me. If they follow the Constitution, they'd have no choice but to agree with me. But they don't always follow the Constitution, especially Roberts and Barrett. And we'll see how that goes eventually. But that said, if you really want to understand the 14th Amendment or any of the Constitution, but in this case, the 14th Amendment, the Citizenship Clause, the history of the Citizenship Clause, how the language got into that part of the Constitution, what it was based on, the statute that it was based on, the individuals who were involved in authoring the language in the 14th Amendment, the 3 Supreme Court decisions that subsequently dealt with birthright citizenship. You listen to me. So I've made it very easy. I've posted it on my social media. Now, these hosts on the Sunday shows, they won't listen to me. They're arrogant. The lawyers who are popping up, who don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, they're arrogant and stupid. So they don't know what they're talking about. Now, there are some exceptions, obviously. But if you want to know the truth, the history, the facts, you're in exactly the right place. Now, we've gone over it many times here. But now I've actually been posting this so the slow listening, arrogant, uninformed, among those who claim to be able to explain to you what's going on can actually know what's going on. You know how many will listen to it? 0. 0. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. I want to encourage my friends on talk radio, my friends on Fox, pay attention to what I'm saying about this subject. It's very important. You'll learn a whole lot. I've done the decades worth of research and study on this. I've gone to the original language and draft of the amendment. Yes, nobody else has. And we're right here. And that's why I love you and my audience, because you want to know this stuff. So there it is. It's out there for you. But the worst place to go to find out this stuff are to legal analysts, to Sunday talk shows, or any of these so-called news forums, because they don't have the foggiest idea what they're talking about. None. I'll give you a perfect example here. Let's see here. Margaret Brennan. Margaret Brennan is a buffoon. She's on Deface the Nation. She always looks like she's angry. She looks like she's sitting on a bunch of texts. But she's not there to elicit information. She's not there to convey information. She's there to advance her ideology, which is radical left-wing Democrat. She's learned nothing. The media have learned nothing. That's why Deface the Nation, their ratings suck. They think, can you imagine if I were the host of that show, Mr. Producer? Their ratings would quadruple. Network TV is free. Cable TV is not. So network TV has the benefit of anybody can turn it on and listen to it, but anybody won't. And they still get no ratings. So I want you to listen to her talking about this Reagan judge, who she also knows absolutely nothing. You understand, folks, she has 10, 20 people that can help her. She's got audio and visual and camera people and 13 levels of directors and producers. They've got researchers and writers and editors and lawyers. They've got everything. And she's still an idiot. Everything you hear me say on radio, everything you hear me say on television, everything you hear me say on The Blaze is in my brain and comes out of my mouth. Nobody writes. Mr. Producer, open your microphone. You've been with me how many years? 23, 24 years?
About 23?
Has anybody ever written anything for me?
No.
Wouldn't I be furious if they tried?
You go, what am I supposed to do with this?
What am I supposed? And yet, so many radio hosts and almost every TV host, they have people write for them. They have people write. I write my own books. Other people have their books ghostwritten. I don't do that. I can't live with myself. Well, I can live with myself because I have to live with myself. But you get the point. You get the point. All right, let's get back. Here's Margaret Brennan on Deface the Nation. Cut 4, go.
There are 5 legal challenges already to one of the other immigration actions, the order on birthright citizenship. A federal judge appointed by Ronald Reagan, I think you'd agree, has some conservative credentials,
Sure.
paused the order to end birthright citizenship, calling it blatantly unconstitutional. How do you reconcile this challenge to the 14th Amendment?
All right, let's stop. Number one, and I want to say this with as much respect as I can husband here. JD staff needs to get him prepared for this stuff. I've spoken about this judge. I've spoken about how he became a Reagan-appointed judge. Let me explain this because clearly Margaret Brennan knows, Meet the Depressed knows, NBC that runs Meet the Depressed knows, everybody knows. This individual was appointed by Ronald Reagan as part of a compromise. You have judges that were appointed by Obama who are Republicans as part of a compromise. You have Republicans appointed by Biden as part of a compromise. You had judges appointed by Trump as part of a compromise. We're talking about district court level judges. These are the trial judges. Why? Because over the course of probably a century now, you have Democrats and Republicans in the Senate, and they can hold up these judicial nominees for years. And so they worked it out. And so let's say you have a very, very blue state like Washington State. Last time I checked, Seattle's in Washington State. And you got 3 vacancies in the state. But you got 2 Democrat judges and senators, and as an example, and Ronald Reagan's a senator. You can pick any blue state. And so what's done is they'll say, all right, Reagan would say, give me 2 of the judges, I'll give you 1. That's what happened here. This judge was appointed by Reagan, but he's one of them. He's a former criminal defense lawyer. He's a left-winger. That's why they chose him. That's why they went for him, these blue states. I'm told in court he's stubborn and he's arrogant. He's on senior status. He's an old man. A part-time judge. So what she just said there was a lie. And the problem was JD wasn't properly prepared. Not because he wouldn't be prepared, because the staff needs to prepare him. That judge is not a Reaganite. He was appointed by Reagan. And you see, that's all Margaret Brennan cares about, to try and create the scenario that J.D. Vance and Donald Trump are so far out of even the mainstream of Ronald Reagan. It's not true. It's a lie. And so here we have the premise right out of the box from Margaret Brennan is a bald-faced lie. And then from that, she draws the conclusion, how do you reconcile this challenge to the 14th Amendment to the Constitution? Reconcile what challenge? The judge's statement? The judge had a hearing for 25 minutes. He didn't write a decision. He issued an order from the bench, in which he said it was blatantly unconstitutional because a former criminal defense lawyer, a liberal, a Democrat, that's why he said it. And so here we have so in other words, no substance. The question's off the mark, way off the mark. And we start with the fact there's a Reagan lawyer. He must be a winger. He knows the Constitution. How do you reconcile that with the language? One has nothing to do with the other anyway. Have I explained this coherently, Mr. Producer? Plain English. All right, so here's J.D. Vance. Go ahead.
So I obviously disagree with that judge, and these things, some of them will be litigated. That's the nature of our constitutional system. But here's the basic idea of President Trump's view on this. If you are a lawful permanent resident or a legal immigrant who plans to stay, your children, of course, should become American citizens. But let's say you're the child of an ambassador. You don't become.
But that's not part of it.
Well, that is an important principle.
All right, so let's wait. See, she's jumping in because she doesn't want him to finish his explanation. There's already a carve-out for ambassadors. Let me ask you a question, Margaret Brennan. If you believe the amendment, the 14th Amendment, holds that there's universal birthright citizenship, how do you have a carve-out for anybody? If you're going to have a carve-out, you have to amend the Constitution, don't you? We've been told you can't change the 14th Amendment with statutes, with executive orders, with regulations. So how, Margaret Brennan, can there possibly be a carve-out? The language, according to you, is cut and dry. It's black and white. You have a child who's born in the United States, they are a citizen. What do you mean you have a carve-out for diplomats? You can't have a carve-out for anybody. Is there a carve-out in the language that you cite for your position? There's no carve-out. So you're an imbecile on top of everything else. And he's trying to explain that to you without calling you an imbecile. He's trying to explain to you that there are carve-outs. Now, how is it possible to have these carve-outs? Because it was never intended for diplomats, for tourists. It was never intended for aliens. Period. It was intended for freed black slaves after the Civil War. That's it. It wasn't intended for anybody else, and we know it from the legislative history. Am I helping all the former prosecutors and their law professors and everybody else that goes on TV? Am I helping the hosts, some of whom have legal degrees? Am I helping you yet? Are you paying attention? Or are you going to flunk the course? Let's continue, shall we? Go ahead.
That carve-out should apply to anybody who doesn't plan to stay here. If you come here on vacation and you have a baby in an American hospital, that baby doesn't become an American citizen.
These are all my arguments, by the way, that I've made over and over again, and he's right to make them. It's good. Go ahead.
And you come here temporarily, hopefully, your child does not become an elite American citizen by virtue of just having been born on American soil. It's a very basic principle in American immigration law that if you want to become an American citizen and you've done it the right way, and the American people in their collective wisdom have welcomed you.
All right, so here's the point. Why aren't they citizens of the United States, whether they're from diplomats or tourists or today, people holding student visas? Why? Because the jurisdiction thereof, that language, had nothing to do with them. The jurisdiction thereof had nothing to do with anybody from another country. Zero. This was a response to the 1857 Supreme Court Dred Scott decision, which held, if you're black, we don't care if you're free or not. You can never be a citizen of the United States. A blatantly racist decision. So in 1866, for the 4 billionth time, so even the slow lawyers can hear me. Even the hosts can hear me. After the Civil War, they wanted to fix this. So they passed the Civil Rights Act of 1866, which specifically provides that free former black slaves shall have all the rights and privileges of any citizen. Here's the problem. We had a president, because Lincoln was assassinated, a Democrat from Tennessee. Now, he was against the Civil War. He supported the North in it, but he was still a bigot. He vetoed the act. You may have heard of him. His name was President Andrew Johnson. His veto was overridden. But then the Republicans decided, let's go ahead and put it in the language of this 14th Amendment we're writing, 13, 14, 15, post-Civil Rights, post-Civil War amendments. And the author and the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee specifically said this did not apply to aliens. Well, why doesn't anybody say that? Why am I the only one saying this? Now, more when I return.
What? Open.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Watch out for crash activity now on the outbound Steuben Parkway at Stanton Road. This is causing very slow traffic from South Capitol Street. And in Southeast, a portion of Stanton Road remains closed between Jasper Place and the Suitland Parkway due to a water main break and subsequent flooding in the area. In Silver Spring, there is an accident on the Sligo Creek Parkway at Forest Glen Road, and there is still accident activity in Arlington on North Green Road southbound between Fairfax Drive and Wilson Boulevard. However, traffic is now getting through. The two right lanes, though, remain blocked. Now for GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Gradual afternoon clearing, high near 52 tonight, increasing clouds down to 31.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
How do you spot the all-new Nissan Rogue Rock Creek? Here's a hint. It's got all-terrain tires, tubular roof rack you can't miss, and it's tough inside and out with lava red detail. You'll also find it in its natural habitat, climbing mountains, hiking rugged trails, and never backing down from any adventure. The first ever Nissan Rogue Rock Creek.
Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Always secure cargo. Heavy loading of the vehicle with cargo, especially on the roof, will affect the handling and stability of the vehicle.
As you age, your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinically studied ingredients that promote fat loss, maintain a healthy weight, and build lean muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort and improve the growth of your skin, hair, and nails. Plus, Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean is delicious and easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite smoothie. Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 25% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com/take25. That's ancientnutrition.com/take25 for 25% off your first order.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Are you ready for football? Let's go. Truly ready for football. Yes. Are you screaming for football? What the hell is happening? Dreaming for football. Good times. Eating, sleeping, crafting, parenting, naming your pets, and preparing for football.
That sort of stuff happens. Oh my goodness.
Are you dancing, jonesing, mahosing for football?
That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Good. Then you are ready for football. With the Rich Eisen Show podcast.
They're ready.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
All Patriots, celebrate freedom and claim your Trump knife today for free. Just cover shipping and handling fees. The Trump knife is a rare collectible, a must-have for every true patriot, symbolizing unwavering support for President Trump's commitment to putting America first. Display it proudly. This knife is built to inspire and impress. This is a razor-sharp, precision-engineered, laser-edged symbol of American pride. Whether you're displaying it or carrying it, this Trump knife is a daily reminder of our nation's greatness, and it can be yours for a shipping and handling fee. But act fast. This is a limited edition offer, and demand is off the charts. When these knives are gone, they're gone, and they'll never return. So claim your free Trump knife today. Visit GetTrumpKnife47.com now to secure yours. That's GetTrumpKnife47.com GetTrumpKnife47.com. Celebrate America. Celebrate leadership. Visit GetTrumpKnife47.com and claim your free knife today. Shipping and handling fees apply. Offer valid while supplies last. Not intended for functional use.
Making sense of your world.
Yeah, I listen to you all the time.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
It drives me crazy because you're right.
Making sense of the news.
The WMAL Free Speech Forum. The first 100 days. Sunday, April 27th at the Birchmere. Details at WMAL.com.
I think one of my biggest fans of my Saturday and Sunday show is President Trump. How do I know? Because he told me that on Saturday, Mr. Producer. And obviously he saw the program on birthright citizenship. Because you know what he just said minutes ago to the GOP Republican Conference? So that is the Republican House Conference in Florida. He said the 14th, quote, amendment was for the children of slaves. He understands it. The lawyers, these so-called legal analysts, the so-called Sunday hosts and other hosts, they still don't get it. Even if the courts or the Supreme Court rules otherwise, this is what it is. Show me. I challenge these hosts and these lawyers to show me. Show me now. Either the author of the 14th Amendment or the senator who was the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, whose committee this went, said anywhere at all that it applied to farmers. Show me. I'm open to it. It doesn't.
A new president is sworn in. America's greatness is being restored. And there's breaking news every minute. Now, tens of millions of Americans are turning off Fox and CNN and tuning in to Newsmax for the breaking information they really need to know. Reuters Institute says Newsmax is one of the top news brands in America. Find it yourself on all major cable systems and on your TV or smartphone store. Just download the Newsmax app for free and start watching. You'll get great shows with Rob Schmidt, Greta Van Susteren, Rob Finnerty, and Carl Higbee, and more. Find out why millions of Americans have made the switch. Even President Trump says Newsmax is terrific, and he's watching. So make the switch to Newsmax. Check us out on cable and satellite TV or download the Newsmax app today. Watch us anytime, anywhere. Remember, Newsmax is real news for real people.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
News now.
President Trump keeping a campaign pledge to crack down on illegal immigration. In Colorado, federal agents detained 50 people in an operation targeting drug trafficking by a Venezuelan gang. Virginia's Department of Health now reporting the first two pediatric deaths this flu season, one in an elementary school-age child in Virginia's eastern region, the other in a teenager in the central region of the Commonwealth. In Germany, Holocaust survivors met today for the 80th remembrance of the liberation of Auschwitz, the Nazis' notorious death camp. WMAL traffic and weather next.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
As you age, your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinically studied ingredients that promote fat loss, maintain a healthy weight, and build lean muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort and improve the growth of your skin, hair, and nails. Plus, Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean is delicious and easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite smoothie. Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 25% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com/take25. That's ancientnutrition.com/take25 for 25% off your first order.
Illuminating the issues.
There's a whole lot missing here in this story, isn't there?
Every day. Why are we the only ones reporting this? News Talk 105.9.
Making sense of the news.
We're the stronger than we look type. I've had type 1 diabetes since I was 2. The braver than you think type.
I have to take insulin shots every single day.
The type that will stop at nothing.
No more blood sugar tests.
Absolutely nothing.
No more complications.
Until type 1 becomes type none.
Support JDRF's life-changing research, and one day you'll say, I helped turn type 1 into type none. Join us now at jdrf.org.
Around the clock updates.
And uncommon understanding.
I want you to listen to this because this stuff is going on behind the scenes and you don't know about it.
News Talk 105.9.
Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Bravo TV star Lala Kent holds nothing back. Like, I go into a full spiral. Get to know the TV personality. I talked about this with Teresa Giudice. Remember when I pushed Andy Cohen? Yes, it was iconic. Okay. The entrepreneur. What are we manifesting in 2025? And the mom. Sosa is a dream baby. Your kids are older. It's Bravo children. The celebrity children of celebrity Bravo. Give them Lala. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Making sense of your world.
Thank you for everything you do for this country. We need more of you. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Mark Levin. Browse the net for the Constitution. Calling now at 877-381-4811.
Okay. This is a good sign. In all the media now, I'll use the Politico article. You sent me, Mr. Producer. Acting Attorney General fires prosecutor who worked for Special Counsel Jack Smith. Smith resigned in January, you remember. He's a gutless one that ran back to The Hague, I suppose. Justice Department has fired more than a dozen prosecutors who worked on Special Counsel Jack Smith's prosecutions against Trump. Acting Attorney General James McHenry, whoever this is pretty good, made this decision because he did not believe these officials could be trusted to faithfully implement the president's agenda because of their significant role in prosecuting the president, said the DOJ official who wasn't authorized to be quoted by name. The official declined to identify the prosecutors by name. The prosecutors fired today worked on the two cases, the January 6th case and the documents case. This is a good sign, but it's hopefully just a tiny little first step because Jack Smith needs to be held to account. That's not retribution. That's justice. This man took our Constitution and shredded it. This man didn't represent anybody, wasn't elected by anybody, but he decided that he was going to interfere in the election. This man did everything possible to interfere in the election. He broke many of the rules. He filed motions and he filed other forms of briefs that we call walking indictments or walking motions or walking briefs. Talking, that is, not walking, talking. And tried to lay out the case against Donald Trump in the public arena. In these reports, he's done exactly the same thing right out the door. He's a loathsome lowlife. He is a loathsome lowlife who abused our justice system, who was unconstitutionally appointed by a loathsome lowlife attorney general. You don't appoint a special counsel to investigate your political opponent. You appoint a special counsel to investigate your boss, the President of the United States, Biden. Biden, not Trump. You don't need a special counsel to investigate your political opponent. Unless, of course, you want all the resources, personnel possible focused on one man, your political opponent, under your tutelage and direct control. And that's exactly what took place here from beginning to end. This was evil. This was evil. There needs to be an investigation. And I mean a serious investigation. With all the documentation, all the texts, all the emails, all the phone logs, anything else in writing, going to and from Jack Smith, to and from his staff, to and from senior personnel at the Department of Justice, between the Department of Justice and any other entity, whether it be another department, whether it be the White House, whether it be the January 6th committee, whether it be the prosecutors in New York or Georgia, all of it. This cannot happen again. And we need to see the extent to which we had a cabal, a massive conspiracy to interfere with our electoral process. From the so-called United States Department of Justice, from the so-called Federal Bureau of Investigation. And we need to determine the extent to which Judge Chunkin, as well as 2 appellate judges, were involved in this conspiracy. And I am not kidding. And I don't care how much the frauds and the phonies and the fools with law degrees scream at the tops of their lungs, when the vast majority of them didn't scream at the tops of their lungs out of concern for what took place. I hear some of our own friends say, you don't want to do this. It would be retribution. It's not retribution. You don't understand what retribution is. It's an investigation to determine exactly who did what. Because this was crooked. This was corrupt. To unleash the federal law enforcement, investigative, prosecutorial bureaucracy like this, to send one of your hoodlums from the Department of Justice first to the Attorney General in New York, and then secondly to the Manhattan DA's office, and we're supposed to pretend he just did it on his own? Are you kidding me? To send a SWAT team to Mar-a-Lago? A SWAT team? Is that even imaginable? They went out of their way to create as much tumult, as much noise, to feed their press agents for the sole purpose of either putting Donald Trump in prison or destroying his electoral possibilities. And I told you before the election, I told you the night as the election was coming to an end on that Tuesday, that if Donald Trump doesn't win, they're going to put him in prison. And I never want you to forget that. I want you to remember this. This is very, very important. If they'd gotten their way and you hadn't stopped them, the American voter, if you hadn't defeated what was taking place here by electing Donald Trump today might well be in federal prison. I am not kidding. Or in prison in New York. That's how close we came. That's how close we came. And the idea that this guy skips town, trying to issue a report, and our federal judge in Florida hammered him again today about how he wants to release this report. There's no legislative purpose. There's no demand from the majority in Congress for the report. They just want to get all the crap out there that they accumulated. Meanwhile, the January 6th committee destroyed reams and reams of evidence. Over 100 deposition videotaped interviews. You don't get away with this. That's a crime. They think they're protected by the speech and debate clause, but they weren't. I was right, because they went outside their congressional duties to try and instigate a criminal investigation against Donald Trump charges. That's why they got pardoned. Because their lawyers and Biden's lawyers agree with me, which is Their asses were in the fire. That's why. Just because you're in Congress, you don't get to put together a phony case, refer to the Department of Justice Criminal Division or Public Integrity Division or the U.S. Attorney, or in this case, Jack Smith, and say, I'm protected, I'm a member of Congress. You're not. Especially if you're withholding relevant information that's probative but helpful to the so-called defendant. What took place here should never take place again in American history. It never took place before, and it shouldn't take place again. This is the most, it's not corrupt. This doesn't give it enough of a characterization of what it really was. This was a bald-faced attack by the Biden regime, by their Department of Justice and FBI, to destroy our electoral process. And they came very close to imprisoning Donald Trump. Very close. And they had to keep taking cases to the Supreme Court because what they were doing was so outrageous. They were in a hurry. The timing of the case was purposeful. They tried to screw him from Super Tuesday. You remember the whole thing. The whole thing. Disgusting. They should be held to account. You do the investigation of these officials. A failure to do it is going to be a failure of ensuring that justice is in fact upheld. I'm not kidding about this. Terrible. Does the Democrat Party feel its job is to represent foreigners in this country? Is that what's going on here? They feel they have to represent foreigners, including people here illegally, including mass murderers and rapists and child molesters. Is that what's going on here? Is that where the Democrat Party is? Because I think it is where the Democrat Party is. How is it that in the first week of the Trump administration, they're rounding up murderers, rapists, pedophiles? How is it that they know where they are? Biden knew where they were. Merrick Garland knew where they were. Mayorkas knew where they were. They all knew where they were. Why didn't they round them up? Why didn't they take these murderers, rapists, child molesters, and begin the process of deporting them in the first place? Why isn't anybody asking that question? This is the worst of the worst. They knew where these Venezuelan gang members were. They know where these MS-13 guys are. The Trump administration just rounded up 50 of these Venezuelan criminals in one location. The Democrats wouldn't do it. The Democrat administration wouldn't. They kept saying, we need bipartisan legislation to fix this thing. You don't need anything. The law's the law. The law's good. You don't need bipartisan anything. Because they lied. They let these people into this country. They knew where they were. And no amount of flack and static is going to cover. Oh, they deported more people. They didn't deport these people. Why? How's it Tom Holman and ICE and the Border Patrol, the U.S. Marshals, ATF, the DEA, they're all working together, local government. How is it that they all know where they are now, but they didn't? They didn't 10 days ago, but they did 10 days ago. Biden wouldn't let them do it. And now we have people like Adriano Espigat, a representative from somewhere on MSNBC. It's un-American to break up families. Women are being raped and sold into sexual slavery. Children are disappearing by the tens of thousands and being sold into sexual slavery. Venezuelan gangs we never heard of are here. MS-13's here. Fentanyl's killing over 100,000 citizens. And this dumb bastard is talking about breaking up families. They're starting at the top with the criminals. They've already told us that. That's what they're doing. Donald Trump isn't breaking up a single family. You know who's breaking up the families? The illegal alien adults who came into this country illegally and had children here. They did it. It's on them. It's all on them. Every damn piece of it is on them. They knew what they were doing. They were trying to get through during the Biden regime. They were trying to get here, screw the system, undermine our process. They knew exactly what they were doing. And now they have the lawyers in America and the judges in America and everybody else saying that the children who are born here are American citizens. By the way, Margaret Brennan and all the other Sunday hosts, universal birthright citizenship for illegal aliens? Where did that come from? There's no statute. There's no regulation. Certainly not the Constitution. Even the Supreme Court decision in 1898 talked about illegal migrants. So maybe they can tell us. Where does that come from exactly? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. But we're told the president can't fix it with an executive order, which of course he can. The question is whether they'll let him. That's the issue. The question is whether the courts, including the Supreme Court, will allow it. You're not going to get the truth from the media. Period. Period. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news. Making sense of the issues. Tax debt, civic tax repair can help protect you from the IRS.
Sense of your world together.
And you're saying, I often disagree. But you need to look at some type of perspective. I completely agree. Nothing about confidence.
One headline at a time.
You people that have comments.
Exactly. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Also, on the lane on 95 southbound headed from Morton in towards Woodbridge and Dumfries. In Newington, there is an accident on Old King Mill Road eastbound. All lanes are blocked between Huntsman Boulevard and Rolling Road, but the accident in Gainesville on 29, King James Madison Highway and Bint Hill Road has been cleared. Now, there is word of an accident on the outer loop before Branch Avenue, and that is traffic jammed up from St. Barnabas Road. Inner loop is slow from 270 to Georgia Avenue. And in Southeast, there is still the accident outbound on the Sewell Parkway at Stanton Road with traffic jam from South Capitol Street. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Gradual afternoon clearing, high near 52 tonight, increasing clouds down to 31.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Making sense of your world.
There are millions of people that feel exactly as you feel, and honestly, right now, I'm one of them.
Chris Plant.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
Thank you, Chris.
News Talk 105.9.
WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Why did I wait so long to see a retina specialist?
Retinal disease can steal your eyesight, but it doesn't have to. Patients who seek care from a retina specialist have the best chance of preventing vision loss due to age-related macular degeneration or diabetic retinopathy. AMD symptoms to look out for are distortion or warping of straight lines, as well as blurred or loss of central vision. Patients with diabetic retinopathy should seek treatment if they notice the appearance of spots or floaters or blurred and distorted vision. Visit seeforalifetime.org.
Your phone has a lot of apps, but how many of them help you make sense of your world?
The new WMAL app gives you the latest headline, perspective from the voices you trust, and weather info to keep you in the know.
All without having to remember yet another password.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Stream your favorite shows.
Get the day's top headlines.
And access our podcast archives.
All with the new WMAL app.
Thank you. Get the WMAL app today on Google Play or the Apple App Store and stay connected. Making sense of the headlines.
The so-called mainstream news media myself for the better part of 2 decades. Here's the bottom line.
Chris Plant.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
News Talk 105.9.
WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Making sense of your world. I'm thinking. And keep on laughing, too, because you got to be able to laugh at this stuff.
Chris Plant.
Weekdays 9 to noon. More fun that way, don't you think?
News Talk 105.9.
WMAL.
Making sense of the news. Making sense of your world.
And you got good analysis on stuff. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. I wanted to say how much I appreciate that.
Making sense of the news.
The WMAL Free Speech Forum. The first 100 days. Sunday, April 27th at the Birchmere. Details at WMAL.com.
On earth, do a radio show, or write a book with the distractions I get. I just don't think it's possible. Because there's so much to do and so forth and so on. But I plow ahead regardless. One of my favorite traditions each year is seeing what Hillsdale College is up to, because I always have a new offering. They always try and spread the word of liberty and Americanism. And in this new year, I encourage you to do the following. Hillsdale College is offering more than 40 free online courses. And by the way, we're doing our wonderful partnership in our podcast, Liberty and Learning, with Westwood One and Hillsdale College, with Dr. Larry Arn, the president of Hillsdale, and of course me. And I'm telling you, people are loving it. More history, more philosophy, more information in a half hour than you're going to get anywhere else. But you can learn about the works of C.S. Lewis, the stories in the book of Genesis, the meaning of the U.S. Constitution, the rise and fall of the Roman Republic, with the history of the ancient Christian church, with Hillsdale College's free online courses. Personally, I told you I've been taking a look at the Genesis story. Genesis is a book of fundamental importance for the Jewish and Christian faith and has exerted a profound influence on Western civilization. You can sign up for the Genesis story now and learn some of the work's major narrative themes, including the complex relationship between God and man, the consequences of a rupture in that relationship, and the path toward reconciliation. And I've gone on to other courses too. It's just really a treasure trove of information, and it's very enjoyable, it's very intriguing, very engaging. So right now, I would encourage you to go to levinforhillsdale.com to enroll. That's LEVIN for Hillsdale.com. There's absolutely no cost. There never is. It's easy to get started. So that's levinforhillsdale.com, LEVIN for Hillsdale.com, levinforhillsdale.com. You'd be doing your children a great favor if you shared some of this with them as well. We have this guy, J.B. Pritzker. He really looks, what's happened to him, Mr. It always looks like his face is swollen. It always looks like they took one of those massive horse needles and put Botox, or whatever you call it, Botox in his face. But, much like John Kerry, who I honestly believe they made a mistake and they took a giant needle and put either mashed potatoes or applesauce in his face. I think they've done the same thing with this guy J.B. Pritzker. Now, J.B. Pritzker is a billionaire. Not because he did anything or his siblings did anything, because his father was a massive hotel magnate. And he's bought his governorship over and over again, as the good Democrats in Illinois like it. And there he is, a big, fat putz. And here's what he said about citizenship and criminal illegals. Cut 5, go.
Now, what they're also doing, though, and it's quite disturbing, is they're going after people who are law-abiding, who are holding down jobs, who have families here.
So let's understand the purpose of immigration has always been, number one, you got to have an invitation. Number two, if you don't have an invitation, you come to the gate, and we have to make a determination on whether or not to invite you in. Number three, if you're here illegally, it doesn't matter if you're working hard. It doesn't matter if you're paying taxes. You're not supposed to be here. And so notice that's where he starts. Not from all the other issues, but he starts there. And it's very disturbing to him, you see. Very disturbing. The Democrat Party has manipulated human beings, particularly aliens, for 150 years. They led the most racist campaigns against aliens who came into this country from other countries. including importing black people into this country, many against their will. And today, it's perfectly fine. As long as you vote Democrat, it's perfectly fine. You know damn well if these people coming into the country and their children voted overwhelmingly Republican when the time comes, you might say, well, Trump did better with Hispanics. He still didn't win them. The goal here is for them to say, oh, Biden and the Democrats, they're my savior. They brought me into the United States. I'm voting Democrat. This is how it's done. And you get generations of this. This has nothing to do that he's concerned with the people at all. This is a major power grab. That's all it is. As the New York Times said, and I keep quoting them, they hate it. They want to reshape the population. Is that the purpose of immigration in America, to reshape the population, to import other cultures rather than to assimilate people into ours? Is that the purpose of immigration? No, but it is the purpose of the Democrat Party and pumpkin heads like this. I'll be right back.
Making sense of your world.
Thank you guys for all that you do.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I listen to you every day.
Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Hi, I'm Jamie McMurray, professional race car driver, cab driver, Artie. Professional cab driver. Professional cab driver, Artie. Drinking responsibly is knowing your limits. If you are over yours, ask Artie or someone like Artie to get you home safely. To learn more about drinking responsibly, go to beforeyoudrink.org.
So, you think I could take your number 26 Crown Royal race car for a spin?
Did you get out of there?
Be a champion. Drink responsibly. This message has been brought to you by the Century Council.
Bravo TV star Lala Kent holds nothing back. Like, I go into a full spiral. Get to know the TV personality. I talked about this with Teresa Giudice. Remember when I pushed Andy Cohen?
Yes, it was iconic.
Okay. The entrepreneur.
What are we manifesting in 2025?
And the mom.
Dosa is a dream baby. Your kids are older. It's
Bravo children.
the celebrity children of celebrity Bravo lesbians.
Give them Lala. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Making sense of the headline.
And somehow the news media, oops,
Chris Plant.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
what in the name of God are these people thinking?
News Talk 105.9.
WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Making sense of your world.
You know, there are millions of people that feel exactly as you feel, and honestly, right now, I'm one of them.
Chris Plant.
Weekdays 9 to noon. Thank you, Chris.
News Talk 105.9.
WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
WMAL FM, Woodbridge, Washington. Humulus Media Station.
Making sense of the news. News now.
Saucier, Fox News. President Trump delivering remarks to the House GOP conference in Doral, Florida. The president painting an optimistic view of his first week in office.
The golden age of America has officially begun, and I think that's a good thing for us to talk about, the golden age of the American dream. I think it's a good thing because people haven't been talking that way for a long period of time.
President Trump talking about his agenda and a number of different topics, including predicting there'll be many people bidding to try and own TikTok, but says he doesn't want China involved in the popular social media platform. President Trump's nominee for Treasury Secretary is now confirmed. The U.S. Senate giving the okay. The South Carolina billionaire investor Scott Bessent is the first openly gay individual as the Treasury Secretary. Vice President J.D. Vance making his first official trip to an area damaged by hurricanes last year that hasn't exactly been the center of attention. Fox's Gernal Scott explains.
Vice President Vance toured and talked with residents in Damascus, Virginia, with Governor Glenn Youngkin. The vice president said while it hasn't gotten as much attention as damage in western North Carolina,
there's also a lot of devastation here in Virginia and also in East Tennessee. So our promise and our focus is going to be on leaving no American people.
Vice President Vance said more disaster funding needs to come into communities such as Damascus. He added that other agencies, such as Housing and Urban Development, will be part of the recovery in areas struck by powerful storms. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
And it's 41 months in prison for Phoebe Dong, a California woman who is helping pregnant Chinese women get into the United States. The scheme here was to give birth on U.S. soil so the children born would automatically be U.S. citizens. Dong was convicted on conspiracy and money laundering through her company called USA Happy Baby. Prosecutors say she and her husband helped over 100 pregnant Chinese women travel the country. America's listening to Fox News. Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
With the power of over 100 meteorologists and the wide resources of Fox in your hands with our Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful.
Charlie, I got something even better. I got something even better, Charlie. He claims he has a chopper. Been calling it a chopper. Now, somebody had to have taken this picture of him. Now that's not a chopper. It's something looks crooked on the front end of that fucker. That's not a chopper. It's a front end. There's a name for it. All right, he's got them handlebars sticking up on that. He's got one. That is not a chopper.
Helping with building muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort.
He's got this one blocked. He ain't here. Oh, was he in here when he was drunk? A little bit. And JC was laughing because he's got a wrench over here. Logical, you're a chicken shit. So come on up here, I dare you. You're not man enough to come up here. Logical fallacy. Come on, bring your high squeaky voice up here. Let me see how fast you can talk. I want to hear your voice again so I can try to mimic it. I don't know if I can get my fucking nuts up far enough to talk that high. My voice might crack, but I can't get that high. Yeah, Patrick Rowe. Patrick, I changed the identity on that account, but I left my name on it. You blocked it. I couldn't see you with it in JC's chat, and I was watching you and Charlie. My nephew got home from work. That fucker ate 4 slices of that bread, the fucker. I didn't fuckers cut like that. That fucker ate it. And it must have been good. He did. He blocked that handle right there. It's he can't come in here without me seeing him. You block all he wants. It ain't gonna do him any good. All right, Levin's back on. Actually, Charlie, I'm thinking about. Yeah, I've been live an hour and 9 minutes. We'll listen to some more of this.
877-381-3811. 80 years ago today,
You can't see it,
Auschwitz was liberated from the Nazis.
but that's the account he blocked right there. See the picture?
The second.
I just changed it to his name. 'Cause I have his account number.
Over 2 million people, listen to me, were murdered there. Most of them were Jews. In the most horrendous ways imaginable. 80 years ago today. Anybody tell you that? I'm just curious. I've been listening to a lot of anything today. And in that vein, CNN is reporting right now, Israel says 8 of the remaining hostages to be released by Hamas in phase 1 are dead. They murdered 8 of the remaining hostages in phase 1. I can assure you if those were Americans, I don't think there'd be a phase 2, do you? Maybe some of them are. 8 of the remaining hostages set to be released. Imagine what these families are thinking right now. Set to be released by Hamas in the first phase of a ceasefire agreement with
See if we can get him some subscribers. He needs it.
33 hostages who are expected to return from Gaza to their families are alive. David Mercer said in a briefing on Monday, including 7 who've already been returned. Israeli authorities were notified of the hostages' status after receiving a list from Hamas. Remember, they delayed the list? The 8 dead were killed by Hamas, the Palestinian militant group. They're not a militant group, they're a terrorist organization. The first phase of the Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal, which started on January 19, will see dozens of hostages taken captive by Hamas and other armed groups being freed. Dozens.
Good luck, Acid Drip. Wigan can't help you here either.
All the hostages set to be released in phase 1 of the deal were contacted.
You're a dumb fucker, you fucking pencil neck motherfucker.
Including those believed to be alive and those believed to be dead. Just imagine that. Of those hostages expected to be released, 21 are men, 3 are women, 2 are children, ranging in age from 2 years old to 8.
Want to see his channel?
Israel also released
pretty dead.
2,000 Palestinian prisoners in the first part of the agreement. These are terrorists. They're not quote unquote prisoners. These are terrorists. Almost 2,000 of them. How many of them will be dead bodies? None.
This one says he joined September 8, 2021. 590 views.
Why, they want to go
I got that much in one day.
Well, what's going to happen in the left in Israel, which is really a hideous ideological movement in Israel, the hard left, is they'll blame Netanyahu for the dead hostages more than they'll blame Hamas. Because you see, he wouldn't cave immediately. He wouldn't give in to their demands. He wouldn't release the thousands of prisoners, the terrorists, and so forth. That's what the media will play up. That's mostly what you'll hear. You will not hear from any of the families who are upset, who had children and spouses murdered by terrorists who are now being released. Those people you won't hear much from, including in our own country. I even suggested that some of the people who are in our administration, that they go meet with some of those families. Look, we all want the hostages released. What we don't want is more hostages taken. What we don't want are more terrorist acts. What we want is Hamas defeated. And if their game is to keep...
Yo, Wigan, you better denounce that fucking Alpesh Patel motherfucker. 'Cause I'm sick of him. Him and Randy. It's a dumb motherfucker right there. That's a stupid fucker right there. Shannon, he's making you look bad. Every time he posts that, he does that shit, I blame you. I blame JT too, because they fucking all played along. Open your own chat and fucking do your shit over there, you dumb fuck. Hey, Wiggin. Am I supposed to not let that bother me? He thinks it's funny, those planes flying into the World Trade Center in 2001. I'm not joking. He's a dumb fucker. He should be timed out in YouTube. I know how to report him. Right now, I got more than 10 accounts on each fucking phone signed in. I might have one I could do it with, but what's the sense? Google's watching him anyways. He's a dumb fuck. Any streamer that entertains that fucker, don't expect any love from me. The fucker goes back and forth so much, he's an ignorant fuck. He's like LD. In fact, he's worse than LD. And LD is pretty bad. That motherfucker pissed on a woman's jacket. Well, anybody I see carousing with acid drip, which there's a lot that don't, he's just an idiot. The only one is fucking his fellow bot maker there, Logical Fallacy. They each have bots on each other. And it's just, you guys are just so fucking sickening. Why don't you come face me? Get offline. Come on to 12 Austin Street there, fucktard. Governor. Not hard to find. I don't care about the doxing. I really don't give a fuck. He's harassing streamers. It's harassment what he's doing. It's no different than what Randy does. It's harassment. Come harass me personally. You got my address. You keep posting it and waiting for somebody. I wish one of you fuckers would show up at my door. Now, my luck, it'll be Dougie again. Chinchilla is hoping that Doug would pull a knife on me or something, and then I would shoot him. As they all think I went out on my balcony when a gun went in the paper. It was alleged. It was alleged. You know, after you're arrested and they throw you in jail, you got court, and and if you plead not guilty, then you want a trial. They wouldn't go to trial. I kept demanding a trial. No, you're going to find me guilty of this crime by a jury and my peers. And I beat the state of New York. Fuck these cocksuckers. You'd snap like a twig, acid trip. If you were ever in my circle of friends here, acid drip, you wouldn't fucking last. You'd be fucking crying for your mother. Keep your boy out of my chat, Shannon, or I'm going to start trolling you next. You stupid fucker. Your Trolls Inc. failed. Your Clone Knight failed. JC kicked you out of her chat. And all the fucktards hang at your place. Ever who Mystic Witch is. Boy, I tell you what. That drives old fucking Babylon Bibba fucking crazy. Oh, Mystic Witch, you're a guy. Oh, I think you guys know each other. I think in actuality, Rusty supports what fucking Acid Drip does. It's because she supports Logical and his spamming. Oh, Billy spams.
The Russians have slaughtered Jews too. From the pogroms right into the communist regimes. Ask Solzhenitsyn. Well, you can't. He's dead. But there's many others who you could ask. And we're thanking Russia. Russia was an ally of ours to defeat the Nazi Axis powers. Right afterwards, they started conquering the rest of Europe. And they conquered a big chunk of Europe, what we call Eastern Europe. And it wasn't until Reagan, all the way till Reagan, we defeated the Soviet Union, that those nations became free. Why am I thanking the Russians? You mean the Russians that now have nuclear missiles aimed at the United States? What is it with these people that like the Russians? You know what's funny? People say to me, what is your answer? I said, it's Russian. Probably Ukrainian too, because there's an area there that's gone back and forth. Whatever it is, why do I care? Why do I care? I'm an American. But an Italian American, an Irish American, a Polish American, an African American, a Russian American, that's a difference. Somebody's aiming nuclear missiles at my family, my country, my friends. They're not my friend. I don't know what this Putin love is in this country, even in the conservative movement, even in the Republican Party. Makes me sick to my stomach. The SOB was a KGB agent murdering people behind the Iron Wall when there was a wall between East Germany and West Germany. He was in charge of East Germany. Why am I celebrating this guy? The hell's wrong with people? He's a murderer. How did he get into power? He threatened his way into power. That's how he got it. He saw his opportunity. He made a move. He had nothing to do with the fall of the Soviet Union. He had nothing to do with peace agreements between us and Russia when it was left. He had nothing to do with the free people in the Eastern Bloc, the so-called captive nations. He had everything to do with the opposite. He's an old Soviet, communist, KGB guy. And we have morons in this country. Putin. What are you talking about, you idiots? Well, you must be a neocon. At least I'm not a con. I don't know what the hell a neocon is. I know what it is technically, but that's what they don't mean that. They mean, you must be a Jew. They just don't want to say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Look at people who comment on my posts. I stop reading them. I point out it's the 80th year of liberation of Auschwitz. You know what I get on there, Mr. Producer? Get over it. You see there? Get over it. Or why are the Jews so involved in our foreign policy? All the usual crap. All the usual crap. The Holy Land. It's not just Jewish, it's Christian too. Where do you think Jesus was born? You think he was born in Newark, New Jersey? No. He's born in Bethlehem. What's happened to Bethlehem? Bethlehem is now controlled by the peaceful Palestinians who will not allow the Christian church there to celebrate his birth, Christmas. Wow. Is that Jewish? And it's an outrage. Absolute outrage. People should read history. The Christian Crusades, you're always told about the Christian Crusades, right? Maybe you don't know a lot about it, but you know there was one. Do you know there was a Muslim crusade before the Christian Crusade? Do you know the Christian Crusade came about because of the Muslim Crusade? That the Muslims were conquering parts of the world? So the Christians rose up, the Pope, they raised an army. That was the triggering of the Christian Crusade. We have Zudi Jasser on this program. He's Muslim. He's American. His family fled Syria. He was a commander of the United States Navy. The man puts his life on the line every damn day. He's a doctor. He's formed a Muslim organization, the purpose of which is to reform Islam. Because he says political Islam, as he calls it, is destroying Islam, that is Muslims, and it's a threat to the world that they've never gone through the Reformation the way Judaism did, the way Christianity did, and so forth and so on. But not them. And so I got these idiots who come on my supporting Putin, supporting Hamas. Sick. Absolutely sick. We even have people, look, the left is deeply infected by this mentality. The media are deeply infected by this mentality. It all came to the head on October 7th. You can see who comes out of the closet now, who's using the lying Hamas numbers, who's trashing Netanyahu and you can see it. It's all public now. But we have our own little cabal within the conservative movement. Own little cabal. And what do they say? Abandon the Jews. You know, the Kochs and the Soroses, the Quincy Institute and this other damn institute, yeah, whatever it is. Little cabal of low IQ morons who actually support Iran. You know, if we stop supporting Israel, if we get out of the way, Iran, we can work with Iran. Sounds like Obama. Sounds like Biden. Sounds like every other idiot who takes that position. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
As you age, your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinically studied ingredients that promote fat loss, maintain a healthy weight, and build lean muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort and improve the growth of your skin, hair, and nails. Plus, Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean is delicious and easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite smoothie. Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 25% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com/take25. That's ancientnutrition.com/take25 for 25% off your first order.
How do you spot the all-new Nissan Road Rock Creek? Here's a hint. It's got all-terrain tires, a tubular roof rack you can't miss, and it's tough inside and out with lava red detail. You'll also find it in its natural habitat, climbing mountains, hiking rugged trails, and never backing down from any adventure. The first ever Nissan Road Rock Creek.
Intelligent all-wheel drive can operate in collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Always secure cargo. Heavy loading of the vehicle with cargo, especially on the roof, will affect the handling and stability of the vehicle.
Making sense of the issues.
Every day.
Whatever comes to you here, it's the common sense way to go. That's your world. Together. Everything you're saying. They often disagree. You need to look at both sides of the spectrum. I completely agree. I'm not talking here.
One line
At a time.
at a time.
You people that have common sense.
Exactly.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Green light. Hey girl, school don't. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Through natural disasters, war, and disease, delivering life-saving aid.
It's founded on freedom. Freedom from a country that forced us to buy overpriced tea. then try blockading us when we dump their tea into the ocean. How'd that work out? Well, it's time to throw your overpriced big wireless contract overboard, too. You don't need to pay $100 a month per person just to get a free phone. Pure Talk, my cell phone company, says no to inflated prices and gimmicks. With a qualifying plan of just $45 a month, you can choose a free iPhone 14 or free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plans. And yes, this is for premium service, unlimited talk, text, 25 gigs of data, and mobile hotspot at a fraction of the price of the big three, all on America's most dependable 5G network. So get your free iPhone 14 or Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plans by dialing pound 250. Say the keyword Mark Levin, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help make the switch. Claim your free iPhone or Galaxy with a qualifying purchase from Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
Making sense of your world.
Something you just don't hear anywhere else. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Know the news the minute you wake up. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. 5 to 9 a.m. on WMAL.
CBS Elizabeth star Wendell Pierce writes Breitbart. I don't know who Wendell Pierce is. I don't know the Elizabeth star. I don't watch a lot of network TV. Mass deportation of illegal immigrants, a racist purge. Another genius. But in his stupid-ass remarks, this genius is revealing something, isn't he, Mr. Producer? If it's a racial purge, then it must be a race-based migration. That is, for reasons they're only known to the Democrats, the former Biden regime, they were letting people in here based on their race. How do I know? Because CBS Elizabeth star Wendell Pierce said their deportation is racist. So I guess their importation was racist, you idiot. Racist? We had no control over who came into the country. People are being gathered up not based on their race, firstly, based on their conduct. But if everybody pouring into our country, was coming from Europe, say Switzerland, we want their asses kicked out regardless, particularly if they're murdering and raping and maiming. How stupid is the left? Very stupid. Elizabeth star Wendell Pierce sounds like a schmuck. I'll be right back.
WMAL.
Mark Levin here for a trusted sponsor, Advantage Gold. Been reported that from January 2000 to January 2025, the Dow increased 260%, the S&P 500, 320%, the NASDAQ, 380%, but gold outperformed them all with an incredible 800% growth. So $100,000 investment, let's say an IRA, could have grown to $900,000 or more. See, gold has always been a valuable asset for protection. I trust Advantage Gold because they're rated one of America's top gold companies by TrustLink for 9 consecutive years and have handled over $1 billion in retirement transactions. Right now, they're offering a free guide on protecting your wealth with gold. No cost, no obligation. Just call 800-900-8000. Get your free protection kit. That's 800-900-8000. The guide can make a huge difference in your financial future and at absolutely no cost to you. 800-900-8000. Call them now. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Into Montgomery County on 270 southbound, there is an accident. Left lane is blocked between 370 and Shady Grove Road. On the Beltway, outer loop in College Park, you'll find it slow from the 95 interchange to New Hampshire. In Virginia, 66 eastbound, there's a crash on the Fairfax Drive ramp. Traffic is slow from Washington Boulevard. And southbound 95 in Woodbridge, you'll find it slow from 123 to the Prince William Parkway. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Gradual afternoon clearing, high near 52 tonight, increasing clouds down to 31.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
As you age, your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinically studied ingredients that promote fat loss, maintain a healthy weight, and build lean muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort and improve the growth of your skin, hair, and nails. Plus, Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean is delicious and easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite smoothie. Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 25% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com/take25. That's ancientnutrition.com/take25 for 25% off your first order.
How do you spot the all-new Nissan Rogue Rock Creek? Here's a hint. It's got all-terrain tires, a tubular roof rack you can't miss, and it's tough inside and out with lava red detail. You'll also find it in its natural habitat, climbing mountains, hiking rugged trails, and never backing down from any adventure. The first ever Nissan Rogue Rock Creek.
Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Always secure cargo. Heavy loading of the vehicle with cargo, especially on the roof, will affect the handling and stability of the vehicle.
Making sense of the media. The news media is attacking him because this is what happens when you're a Republican.
Chris Plant.
Weekdays 9 to noon. Yeah, our news media. Really.
News Talk 105.9.
WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Wealth building expert Candy Valentino paves the path to success.
I'm sorry, you're a human with a heart and lungs. There's no price tag that you can put on a service that you offer. And everyone that I know, every entrepreneur, they all have one common goal. You want to strive to be like the Ritz-Carlton of your industry. Do the work, take the time to really understand and master these things. It's really essential to your path for success.
The Candy Valentino Show. Time to invest in your future. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Attention taxpayers, the IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Making sense of your world.
Hey, millennial, and I love your show.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL is fantastic.
Making sense of the news.
WMAL, making sense of mainstream media because the double standard is real. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Michael then, the thunder on the right. Call in now, 877-381-3811.
We're here with our friend Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, who's made Florida the freest state in the country, maybe the freest place in the world. I don't know. I certainly love it. Governor, you've tried to put in place in a special session of your legislature very tough and very important immigration deportation policies. You're trying to really upgrade and modernize the statutes that are in place. You came across a few rhinos, many actually, who want to obstruct you and stop you and President Trump from doing what needs to be done, including the Speaker of the House, this guy Perez. Can you fill us in on this?
Well, Mark, as soon as the election in November and President Trump's victory, we knew we had opportunities to finally tackle and solve the illegal immigration crisis in this country. And yes, the border security and President Trump's going to do all that. But enforcing the laws on the books and deporting illegals that are here is absolutely essential. And so we had been working with the transition. We knew where they were going in terms of executive orders. 2 weeks ago, I called the council session of the Florida legislature for today. You know, the legislative leaders said, they reached what they said. They said they knew like affordable is really important and help them to control our ability. Agriculture, you really explain really explain those the inflation process. So all of the things that can be
And on top of that, he says your proposals are too narrow to help with President Trump's plan. I thought President Trump was very supportive of what you're doing. This guy Perez is just spinning like hell.
Well, I talked to the president today, and he said he wants as strong as possible. So obviously, my proposals are the strongest possible. And I talked with some of his key staffers, and they recognize, yes, the federal government under Donald Trump can do a lot, but if you don't have state and local required to assist, you are not going to make the dent in this problem that we need. State and local account for 98% of interactions with illegal aliens. I think that if Florida Highway Patrol pulls somebody over and they don't have ID and they're here illegally, then they need to be required to report that to ICE and let ICE come and get them. I think if a local police officer shows up to a call at an apartment complex and they notice there's an illegal alien there, should be required to get ICE to be taken off the street. None of that was done because so it was Republican has reorganized policies for 4 years. The open lack of experience enforcement, they say we're going to be strong. And yet now we have this once in a generation opportunity that Florida really leads the way, and other states would follow us if we were able to do this right. But we can make a difference for our people, and that's not happening with what the legislature is doing. And so, if you can kind of do what you said you do, but don't tell the people you're going to be tough and refuse to do the type of enforcement that's necessary to deliver. And the legislature proposed, it maintains agriculture like 23 times. It did not use this distinction one time in the entire bill.
The Florida Democrat Party posted on Twitter that the GOP representatives who voted against what you wanted, they had an unexpected growth of a backbone. So the Democrat Party is supporting what these rhino Republicans did, including this guy Perez. This is me speaking, not you. I'm just saying. Perez seems to be very giddy about what he's doing here. You think that they're pretty much...
The people that were supportive openly were the Florida Democratic Party, the ACLU of Florida, and then liberal journalists that write and tell us. And so I can tell you, all the great conservative wins we've had that people look and say free state of Florida, fighting the war, standing up against illegal, all the things we've done in the past. It's true. We have been opposed to on every step of the way. So that they're supporting what the legislative leaders are doing. And I can tell you that what they're doing is not true, because if they were honestly doing something that was really going to help President Trump enforce immigration and increase deportation, those three could be screaming bloody murder. They're not doing that. They're hearing what the Florida Republican legislative leaders did, and that should tell you a lot.
Well, explain to us, because we don't follow it as closely, the breakdown of the voting that's been taking place here. Is it Democrats joining with certain Republicans? Is it mostly Republicans? What's going on here?
Well, that's going to be, I think, the question. So we have a majority of Republicans in the Florida legislature. I don't know if the Democrats are going to.
Which you wouldn't have, but for you, let's be honest. I've been there long enough. They wouldn't have super majorities, the Republicans in either house. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, it's certainly true. The 22 election gave us, that was when I was running for re-election, and we took in a lot of folks. And so, and then we took the super majority in 24, largely because we have a great record of producing results. And so here's what I know there's a number of strong Republicans that are standing up for strong enforcement, but they're being pressured by leadership, all the rank and file to kind of go softer and to gut the enforcement, which I think is very, and even things like making it a crime for an illegal alien to register to vote. I have that in my bill. Their proposal is fine for illegal aliens to registering to vote in the state of Florida. Are you kidding? Give me a break with some of this stuff. But here's what I would say. Just imagine if you have a weak immigration bill, you got the proposal that we had. If you have Republicans lining up with Democrats to oppose conservative immigration policies, that is obviously a betrayal of what they promised the voters that they would do. The Democrats are almost an irrelevancy in Florida. Why would you try to bring them back to life and resuscitate them politically? We have the upper hand. We need to be doing strong policy, conservative policy, do the things we told the voters we would do, and we will make a huge, huge difference in this immigration fight if we do. But if we turn it over to the Department of Agriculture, we've got the enforcement provisions, we don't even criminalize registering the vote as illegal, that's not going to make a damn difference. And you can tell, actually would make a difference if the Florida Democratic Party would not be cheering.
Yeah, but I think you have a problem with the Republican leadership in the legislature. They sell it and they are selling out the special interests, and they're selling out their voters, and they expect the media to carry the ball for them and deceive the public. Do you think that's going to work?
What I think Florida Republicans have learned over the years since I've been governor, every single initiative I have done that people like and are thankful for, the media here opposed 100%. They've never supported anything that I have done. And so if the media is aligning with the Florida legislative leaders, that should be a huge red flag. And well, wait a minute. Must not be something that's very, very important. If you have the same media that is opposed for entire projects the last 6 years, hopping on board with them, why is the Florida Democrats hearing their original senators fighting members of the Republicans who are supporting this stuff? Why are they doing that? I can tell you, when we were killing workers, the senators were not high-fiving. When we were talking political senators were not high-fiving. When we were doing this, senators were not high-fiving. But they're high-fiving now, and I think that can tell you all you need to know.
So what's the state of play? Does your proposal come up in the form of a bill? Will they allow a vote, or their bill, or what's the situation?
So it's interesting because some of the people were saying, oh, the governor doesn't have proposal, which I actually did. I sent out proposal 2 weeks ago. They never let anyone file any bills for special session until last night. So the actual Texas bill finally got filed. When they filed their own bill, which again, they named it back because they think somehow that fool people to think it's a good bill. What's helping though is that to voters that they think Trump's name on something, he has nothing to do with it. Having immigration enforcement is something going to be something that people are going to, then they got to look behind the hood of course they are. They know that has to be wrong. So I think what will happen is they're going to put on their bill. I know a lot of them consider this call I'll be on for amendment. But I think they're going to hardwire it to be able to exclude strong enforcement provisions, provisions that are holding illegals accountable for registering. We're cracking down on remittances that illegal laborers are sending back home to remove that disincentive. We have to say that are really, really strong. But I would imagine that they're probably going to push back on some of that. It's happening, but that is good. If your product that you're doing is it match campaign rhetoric that you ran on? And I can tell you that the stuff I'm proposing matches my, it matches what Donald Trump, the voters in 2024, and it matches what most members of the legislature ran on. So we're being true to what we told the voters we would do, so that anyone in the Republican Party has honestly run saying, I think local states would be required to help federal immigration enforcement on deportation. I want to transfer the remaining power to the Commissioner of Agriculture. If you want to campaign on that, it's important to got the last out of the room.
Amazing how these establishment rhinos come out of the woods. I'm guaranteeing most of these guys are fronting for different special interests, and they're just hoping they can lie and deceive the public. Governor DeSantis, I hope you'll keep us surprised when a next major event takes hold here, so we can inform the audience.
Will do, Mark. And all I would say, you Floridians out there, reach out, get your state senator, your state rep. If you want to control immigration enforcement policies, we have the prescription that me and my allies have done. We're calling it some act of anything that we can undermine President Trump's ability to fulfill his campaign promises.
So call your state representatives, your state senator in Florida, and tell them you support the DeSantis immigration deportation reform agenda, period. Just tell them, well, I support the Trump Act. No, you don't. We know what you're doing, and we're not going to put up with it. All right, Governor, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark. Take care.
You too. God bless. So if you live in Florida, this is a Levin surge. Seriously. Most of you don't know who your state reps or state senators are, and I don't blame you. But you need to look it up. Go online, find out what your neighborhood is, who represents you. I get on the phone tomorrow. I would call them. Be polite, be civil. I'd call their offices. And I'd make it abundantly clear that you know the game they're playing, that the Republican rhino establishment is calling their bill the Trump bill, when it's not the Trump bill, it's the Romney bill in effect. And that you back the DeSantis positions, which also President Trump does as well. I'll be right back.
Mark. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
As you age, your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinically studied ingredients that promote fat loss, maintain a healthy weight, and build lean muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort and improve the growth of your skin, hair, and nails. Plus, Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean is delicious and easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite smoothie. Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 25% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com/take25. That's ancientnutrition.com/take25 for 25% off your first order.
While serving in Iraq, our vehicle was hit. They didn't think I was going to make it. I'm Latoya Lucas, and I'm a veteran. I had to learn to live with the scars, both visible and invisible.
PAV helps veterans like Latoya get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year.
My victory is overcoming my wounds so I can help other veterans.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to PAV.org. Making sense of your world.
This is no conspiracy theory. This is hate. Here it is.
Mark Levin.
6 to 9 p.m.
Listen to this, would you?
News Talk 105.9.
WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Making sense of your world.
There are millions of people that feel exactly as you feel, and honestly, right now, I'm one of them.
Chris Plant.
Weekdays 9 to noon. Thank you, Chris.
News Talk 105.9.
WMBL.
Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wait for property seizure or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
A new president is sworn in. America's greatness is being restored. And there's breaking news every minute. Now, tens of millions of Americans are turning off Fox and CNN and tuning in to Newsmax for the breaking information they really need to know. Reuters Institute says Newsmax is one of the top news brands in America. Find it yourself on all major cable systems and on your TV or smartphone store. Just download the Newsmax app for free and start watching. You'll get great shows with Rob Schmidt, Greta Van Susteren, Rob Finnerty, and Carl Higbee, and more. Find out why millions of Americans have made the switch. Even President Trump says Newsmax is terrific, and he's watching. So make the switch to Newsmax. Check us out on cable and satellite TV, or download the Newsmax app today. Watch us anytime, anywhere. Remember, Newsmax is real news for real people.
Making sense of your world.
Appreciate what you do. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Completely agree with what you're saying.
Making sense of the news.
Washington's best way to wake up. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on WMAL.
The battle for freedom never ends, ladies and gentlemen. Not with any election. You'll be fighting it the rest of your life. Either a frontal assault by the Democrats and the ideologues, the Marxists and the Islamists and their ilk, or what is even a sleazer game. That is the Republican ruling class establishment, which is incompetent, which is buffoonish, which does not have our best interests at heart. The same people who tried to stop the nomination of Ronald Reagan, the same people who tried to stop Donald Trump. Now they're trying to stop DeSantis. They're using Trump's name to do it. While DeSantis is trying to get things done in his state and trying to coordinate with the Trump administration. I don't know who this guy Perez is, the Speaker of the House. I don't much give a damn. But I want to strongly encourage you, the citizenry of the state of Florida, whether you just got there and became a citizen last week or you've been there for a long time, don't let this pass through your ears without doing something about it, please. Tomorrow, you should fill up that legislature's phone lines. Shut them the hell down. Get the number. Contact your state representative and state senator and make it abundantly clear in a civil way. Civil way. Do you expect them to support the DeSantis bill? The provisions in there to protect the people of Florida and to deport illegal aliens. That's number one. And number two, you're not fooled by what Perez and the others are doing. His name is Perez. You're not fooled by him or the other so-called Republican leaders who are colluding with the Democrats, colluding with the special interests, trying to undermine DeSantis and Trump. And that you're not going to stand still for it in the next election. That's it. I would make that abundantly clear. The average person is finding it difficult to pay expenses every month, and in most cases, there's nothing left over to cover any extras. Many of you are living way too much relying on credit cards because you don't really have anywhere else to turn. Probably not getting a big raise, are you? Expenses are way up. So you use your credit card and then you're paying incredible amounts of interest. Now, if you're a homeowner, I'm sure you're frustrated with what's taking place here. But in 10 minutes' time, if you have a home, I can help you fix it. I can throw you a lifeline with no obligation. Give our friends a call at American Finances. See, you can trade in debt for different debt. You can trade in your debt on your credit card, pay it off with the equity in your home, and then pay 5.5%, 6% on that, up to $10,000 in interest tax deductible, as opposed to paying 20, 25, 30%, and none of it's tax deductible. This is a no-brainer. This is how people get through periods like this. It's very difficult, and this is what most people rely on. And American Financing salary-based mortgage consultants, they're the best of the best. They're not on commission. So they get paid. They don't have to rush you along. They don't have to give you the bum's rush, and they don't. And their average customer is saving over $800 a month. Folks, that's over $10,000 a year. That's a lot of money, as you know. There's no upfront fees. And you can call them, contact them, find out how much you can save every month before you do anything. Absolutely free, absolutely confidential. They've been doing it for thousands of people. They did it for me, Mr. Producer, and my daughter. So give them a call right now. 888-900-1828, 888-900-1828, 888-900-1828, or visit AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
How much time left, big guy? Okay, well, we're going to have to take a top of the hour break. We got a lot more to cover. We haven't covered much of what I want to get to. We've covered very, very important issues, however. Birthright citizenship, to the hostages, to Governor DeSantis, but there's a ton more. We'll be right back.
WMAL.
Making sense of your world.
Where to begin? News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Thanks for taking the call.
Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
As you age, your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinically studied ingredients that promote fat loss, maintain a healthy weight, and build lean muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort and improve the growth of your skin, hair, and nails. Plus, Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lumen is delicious and easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite smoothie. Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 25% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com/take25. That's ancientnutrition.com/take25 for 25% off your first order.
What would you give for a child you loved? To make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. You see, wishes are so powerful, and you can make them real. You can give a child back their childhood, even change the way they feel. Every single one of us can make the stars align, because when we come together, hope and joy will shine. Wishes need stars like you. Visit Make-A-Wish@wish.org. Sure.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Tariffs convinces Colombia. On Tom Regani, Fox News. President Trump is claiming a victory after Colombia's president initially refused to allow migrant repatriation flights into his country. Speaking at a meeting of House Republicans at his Doral Golf Club today, the president says he was angry when he heard about it.
How would you like to be the pilot of a plane? You got two pilots up there. You got 300 people sitting in a plane. Every one of them either a murderer, a drug lord, a kingpin of some kind.
Jackie Heinrich reports the White House responded with a tariff threat.
President Trump told Fox last night that Colombia's president did a total about face after that tariff threat was clear, that it would be crushing. Here's what he was putting in motion. Emergency 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States. In 1 week, those tariffs would raise to 50%. A travel ban and immediate visa revocation on Colombian government officials, all allies and supporters. Visa sanctions on all party members, family members, and supporters of the Colombian government. Enhanced customs and border protection inspections of all Colombian nationals and cargo on national security grounds, and IEEPA treasury, banking, and financial sanctions to be fully imposed.
Immigration agents say they made nearly 1,000 arrests Sunday in a series of raids. President Trump's border czar targeted migrants in Chicago. Fox's Matt Finn is there.
Tom Homan was on the ground, and a DHS official tells me that the next stop is going to be New York City. And Tom Homan tells Fox News that yesterday's sting removed multiple national security threats from the streets here in Chicago. That includes aggravated sex offenders, child predators, convicted murderers, members of the TDA gang, and a few collateral arrests. Homan praised the sweeping multi-agency immigration operation, FBI, DEA, ATF, ICE, all involved. Also on the ground here was top DOJ official, acting Deputy U.S. Attorney General Emil Bove.
America's listening to Fox News.
Claims 2 young lives. I'm Sharon Reardon from the Novak Motors News Desk. Good evening. Virginia's Department of Health now reporting the first 2 pediatric deaths this flu season. One happened in an elementary school age kid in Virginia's eastern region, the other a teenager in the central region of the Commonwealth. VDH points out more than 17% of emergency room visits are for influenza, and most of those cases are in children. Cutting off federal permits for wind energy projects was one of President Trump's Inauguration Day executive orders, but that order may not apply to the massive program planned off the coast of Maryland.
All of the federal permits for the U.S. wind project 10 miles off of Ocean City have already been issued, but local officials like Mayor Rick Meehan won't give up.
God forbid these turbines are built. The public is going to ask, how would you ever let this happen?
Those local officials are up against Governor Wes Moore, a big wind energy booster.
Offshore winds means manufacturing jobs, higher wages. We don't have to choose between hoping for and working towards a green economy and a growing one.
Locals worry the view of turbines will mar the horizon and the technology will harm fishing. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
And efforts to fight the fentanyl crisis are working in Montgomery County, according to the latest data.
In 2024, this trend is finally starting to turn. Only a couple of cases are from the under 21 age group, mostly from the Hispanic and white group.
Dr. Keisha Davis, the county health officer, reporting a 41% decrease in fatal overdoses last year for those 21 and under, but adds drug use is jumping in one demographic.
I do want to draw attention. We are not talking about this today. But the purple line at the top is the 55 plus, and you see where everyone else is decreasing, that age group is increasing.
Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
WMAL News Time is 8:04. I'm Sharon Reardon, and now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpling Traffic Center.
On the Virginia side of the Beltway, no problems on the in loop or on the out loop. It's Maryland, the Beltway in Prince George's County and in Montgomery County, on 270 southbound in Gaithersburg, right lane is blocked between 370 and Shane Grove. Into Prince George's County, if you're traveling between the two beltways, no issues on 95 or the BW Parkway. And Route 50 in Prince George's County, you're at speed between the Beltway and the Bay Bridge, eastbound and westbound. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Gradual afternoon clearing, high near 52 tonight, increasing clouds down to 31.
Attention taxpayers, the IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
As you age, your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinically studied ingredients that promote fat loss, maintain a healthy weight, and build lean muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort and improve the growth of your skin, hair, and nails. Plus, Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean is delicious and easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite smoothie. Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 25% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com/take25. That's ancientnutrition.com/take25 for 25% off your first order.
Now on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Mark Levin.
381-3811, 877-381-3811. Any law that prevents a president from firing executive branch employees is unconstitutional. It's funny how the constitutionally illiterate go on and on about how you can't change the Constitution unless, of course, they want you to. And yet they seem to think you can change it with a statute. No, you can't change it with a statute. Now, Trump fired all these inspectors general, some of whom have been around since Clinton's years, some of whom are absolutely horrendous. Just like FEMA. You've heard about FEMA over the years, and you figure, well, that's a nonpartisan, official group that's trying to help people. No, it's not. And many of these inspectors general are lousy. Absolutely lousy. And some of them are saying they're going to defy Trump, you see, and they'll bring lawsuits. And they're being encouraged to do so by the likes of Adam Schiff and other Democrats and the media. And the media. They point to a 2020 law requiring 30 days notice to Congress. First of all, that law would be unconstitutional. Secondly, by the time it was even litigated, the 30 days would be up. So what's the difference? They don't care. That's why they're delaying some of these hearings. That's why they try and deny Trump what Obama got. He got his entire cabinet in 12 days. 12 days. But there is precedent for this. Despite the fact that they passed this law in 2022, and the president is the head of the executive branch. Effectively, he is the executive branch, and Congress can't pass a law telling him that he can't fire such people. That would certainly be my argument. But who the hell knows what the Supreme Court will do at this point with any of these things? But obviously, past presidents have fired inspectors general, didn't give them 30 days notice. But there wasn't this law. It doesn't matter. They have fired U.S. attorneys. They act like there's something, retribution. He's putting in his own people. I mean, he had an election. Of course he's putting in his own people. You dumb bastards. What is he supposed to do? Keep the bureaucrats? Keep the Clinton appointees and the Obama Biden appointees? Of course he's putting in his own people. You voted for him. He wants to move the government a certain way, and he's putting in his own people. And they're furious in Washington because they want to sabotage him. They want to obstruct him. They want to prevent him from advancing his agenda. But he's grabbing the government tighter than any Republican I'm ever aware of. He's grabbing it, and he's saying no. And he's shaking it, and he's deciding who will stay, who won't stay, what policies will remain, what policies won't. That's what you're supposed to do when you have a changing of the guard, but not according to the Democrats and the media. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing. Nothing. If they claim this law prevents it, then sue. And they are, and he'll deal with it. But they act like he's the first one to do it. He's certainly not. And AP and the New York Times and the Compost and NPR and NBC News and Politico, all carrying the water. These independent inspectors, excuse me. And then they bring in the legal analysts. Yes, I think he's definitely violated the law, yes. The House Democrats are condemning him. The Senate Democrat. Well, doesn't that tell you everything you need to know? Many of these guys are basically mouthpieces, operators for the Democrat Party. That's what many of them are. But this is dangerous. Yeah, everything he does is dangerous. Has he been dangerous so far, America? No, he's carried out your wishes and his promises to carry out your wishes. Nothing he's doing is dangerous. Non-democratic. People think they have jobs for life. No, that's non-democratic. Crazy. Let's see here. And, of course, they defend the Biden pardons. You had this guy, Jason Crow, Democrat, Colorado, who's on Face the Nation. They defend lawlessness. They use lawlessness. And then they're saying, you know, we should remove these guys so we have our own guy. Oh, my God. What's he doing? Wow. And then even have guys like, I forget the guy's name, Republican senator, deals with these inspectors general and the whistleblower. The oldest senator, he's from Iowa. What the hell is his name, Mr. Producer? Does that click in with you? Are you there, Rich? Grassley, that's it. Grassley's concerned, like I care. Grassley's concerned? Yeah, oh, okay, let me change my mind. Then you have this guy, Mitch McConnell, voted against Hegseth. He's going to vote probably against RFK. He's probably going to vote against Kash Patel. So he's there now to burn the place down. Sounds like an insurrectionist, he does to me. Does Mitch McConnell under cover of a suit and a slack jaw and all the rest of it. He sounds like an insurrectionist to me. Mark Greenblatt's the Inspector General for the Department of Interior. Cut 14, Mr. Producer. He's on CNN today. Yeah, CNN wants to hear from all the inspectors general, don't you know? Cut 14, go.
So Friday night, I got an email on my work phone. I checked it, and on there was it said White House notification, and I knew that can't be good.
Oh, do tell. We need to know everything specific. You lost your job. A lot of people have lost their jobs. I've lost my job. It's not a lifetime appointment.
Yeah, but here we go. Go ahead. Prior Trump administration, President Trump had moved 2 inspectors general, both of which were on Friday nights. And so those are Friday night, it's Friday night massacres.
Friday night massacre. Aren't you clever? Friday night. Guy's name is Greenblatt. Why is he reading his emails? Obviously, he doesn't care about Shabbat. I mean, I do the radio show during the same period of time, but Friday night massacre. Oh, maybe it should have been the night before, the Thursday night massacre. Gets rid of 17 people. Oh, it's a massacre. The left is nuts. And you know what, pal? The fact that you're saying these things, you're just saying them on CNN, tells me you should have gotten the booth a long time ago. Go ahead.
And so to get an email from the White House saying White House notification on a Friday night at 7:30, I knew that couldn't be good. And so I opened it up, and there was a 2-sentence email from the Director of Presidential Personnel that said, in light of changing priorities, you are terminated your position at the Department of the Interior immediately, and thank you for your service.
So have you had a chance to clean out your office?
No, my email has been cut off, and I don't know what's going to happen with my things. I've been there for 5.5 years.
They're going to put them in boxes and tell you to come get them. That's what do you think is going to happen? And look at this. She's very concerned. Is Casey Hunt. We have illegal aliens killing people. Crime in our streets in every city in the country. Inflation's through the roof. Prices are through the roof. I have a different question for this guy. 5 years ago or so? How long did you actually expect to hold this job? The rest of your life? I worked at the Department of Interior. I was the number 2 lawyer there as deputy solicitor under the great secretary there, Don Hodel, in the Reagan administration. I was there for 6-8 months. I was called back to the Department of Justice when the Iran-Contra matter broke. To work on that and a number of other issues. But that said, now they're upset and they have their media fronting for them. Okay, you were fired. I'm sorry. Well, go do something else. I want to do this. Oh, okay. Did you get your things? No. This tells me how effective the Trump administration is being, Mr. Producer, doesn't it, you? Okay, you're fired in 2 weeks. Okay, who does that anymore? You can't do that. Not that this guy would, but you don't know what people will do. You know, with their computers and so forth and so on. Friday night's the perfect time to do that. So you actually have some people in government are being treated like people in the private sector, and they don't like it. And they don't like it. Well, too bad. As I was mentioning, today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. And we remember the great evil of the Holocaust, when millions of Jews were slaughtered during the Nazis' reign of terror. And today, the rise in global anti-Semitism and the constant attacks on Israel show us that it's more important than ever. In our own streets and colleges, some people on their own platforms. Remember the atrocities of the Holocaust to ensure it never happens again. That's why I partner with this great group, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, and they provide food and shelter and safety to Jews in the Holy Land and around the world, including those Holocaust survivors who are remaining, as their numbers dwindle. Tax-deductible gift, ladies and gentlemen, is crucial. The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews use that money immediately to help provide food, water, medicine, other basic necessities to Jewish communities, especially in the Holy Land. And through your gift, you will stand with the people in the Holy Land against the growing anti-Semitism and hatred. And just remember, these people are defending our values. They're defending our principles, our faiths. So you can support them by giving a call right now to 844-866-IFCJ, 844-866-IFCJ. They will be so appreciative. That's 844-866-IFCJ. And I want to thank you in advance, and God bless you, my friends. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
As you age, your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinically studied ingredients that promote fat loss, maintain a healthy weight, and build lean muscle. Collagen can also reduce joint discomfort and improve the growth of your skin, hair, and nails. Plus, Ancient Nutrition's multi-collagen advanced lean is delicious and easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite smoothie. Right now, Ancient Nutrition is offering 25% off your first order when you go to ancientnutrition.com/take25. That's ancientnutrition.com/take25 for 25% off your first order.
How do you spot all new Nissan Rogue Rockery? Here's a hint. It's got all-terrain tires, a tubular roof rack you can't miss, and it's stuffed inside and out with lava red deep.
Oh, fucking Patrick was going crazy there for a minute. He's got that blocked. He blocked me. And that was a Billy Hayden account. He blocked that fucker a while ago. He blocks me. He does. He blocks my handles.
A lot of people tell you that you can do anything you want. I'm here to tell you that's true. Since I was a little girl, I dreamed of becoming a successful singer. It took a lot of hard work.
Oh, it's really windy out. I mean, really bad. We're getting some high motherfucking winds, boy. It's nasty out.
Come true until you've had a dream. This message is brought to you by.
I had to take my bird feeders down and wind's blowing so bad.
While your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do, it's hundreds of things.
That JC put them full screen, but they weren't very good shots. He won't come in here no more. He doesn't dare to troll me. Fucking hilarious.
Tax Network USA's
I got to get my drink.
$1 billion to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Time is our most precious commodity. And so many of my listeners have asked for my advice about how they can spend it wisely to improve themselves and the people around them. Well, Hillsdale College is offering more than 40 free online courses. Learn about the works of C.S. Lewis, the stories in the book of Genesis, the meaning of our Constitution, the rise and fall of the Roman Republic, the history of the ancient Christian church with Hillsdale College's free online courses. Personally, I'm enjoying Constitution 101. In this course, you'll explore the design and purpose of the Constitution, the challenges it faced during the Civil War, and how it's been undermined for more than a century by progressivism and liberalism. This 12-lecture course is self-paced, so start whenever and wherever you want. Start your free Constitution 101 course with Hillsdale College. It's free. Go right now to levinforhillsdale.com to enroll. There's no cost. It's easy to get started. That's LEVIN for Hillsdale.com. Register for free. levinforhillsdale.com.
Making sense of your world.
There are a lot of things that really tick me off. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
If anything, don't worry, we've got you covered. Get today's breaking news. It's on the Vince Colonnade Show, weekday 3 to 6. Right here.
Yellow song he's playing. Mark Levin.
Face the nation. Margaret Brennan is particularly with J.D. Vance. I just want you to listen to and she knows what she's saying.
This is so sickening. It's been in the news all day.
Social circle.
You know, face the nation.
You didn't take any stuff from her. You're just unbelievable.
That's how she treats the vice president of the United States. Fucking ignorant.
On lowering prices for consumers. We've seen all of these executive orders. Which one lowers prices?
We have done a lot. And
all right, stop. They've been there as of today. You take inauguration during. Now, you're a host of a network TV show that has a really significant history. I remember when George Herman was in charge of Face the Nation. That's how far I go back. This guy was a pro. Now, he did have 2 debits against him. He was a male and white, but he was a pro. He was very good. And as a kid, I wrote him. And he wrote a very nice letter back to me.
Yeah, well, some of them are out of the 10th Mountain Division up here in Fort Drum.
Margaret Brennan couldn't fill his shoes, that's for sure. Or anybody else.
And the other one is, I don't know if they said 82nd. I'm not sure what they. All I heard was 10th Mountain Division.
If you can bring down energy prices, you will bring down the prices on everything. And if you can cut back regulations, that will help a lot too. Regulations involving transporting food, preparing food, packaging food, and they're looking at all this and they're trying to deal with all this. And then you get this kind of a stupid answer. The fact of the matter is they don't even have everyone in place yet. They're still trying to get cabinet secretaries in place. Again, it's been 7 or 8 days. Which executive order lowers the prices of food?
Charlie, you got Whipperman bragging about going skiing all the time. I grew up Fort Drum, 25 miles away. We cross-country ski up here.
Which is a core part of lowering prices. More capital investment.
More popular than downhill. And there's a lot of downhills.
Consumers can also raise wages so that people can afford to buy the things that.
Look up Titus Mountain, Malone, New York. Whiteface.
Prices are going to come down.
Lake Placid was the site of the 1980 Olympics. I went in the Navy.
But look at her. She's a moron. Stephanopoulos is a moron. Pasaki's a moron.
I was in boot camp in September when the Olympics started,
Capper's an idiot.
or just shortly. The summer games started.
They're not the best of the best. We know what the best reporters were like. It's none of that.
I've been, that ski jump is still there in Lake Placid. You drive through Lake Placid, you can see them ski jumps.
A little bit of time, right? The president has been president for all of 5 days. I think that in those 5 days, he's accomplished more than Joe Biden did in 4 years. It's been an incredible breakneck pace of activity.
Mm-hmm. Well said. But let me ask you something. Is it actually worth the second your time to watch a show like this? No. There's so many other things you could be doing, Mr. Producer. So many other things you could be doing other than listening. For instance, you can wash your hands. Yeah, you could do stuff like that. Maybe go through your clothes closet and throw some things out. Take the trash out. Make a peanut butter and jelly set. There's so many more productive things you can do than listen to her. She's a joke.
I knocked a cherry out my joint.
Do we have more of her? I got more of her, but do you really want to hear this stuff? Let's do one more. This is why I'm telling you, don't watch these shows. There's no point. J.D. Vance, again, this is Deface the Nation with Margaret Brennan. Cut it, go.
You talked to us in August. You said, I don't think we should abandon anybody who's been properly vetted and helped us. Do you stand by that?
Well, Margaret, I don't agree that all these immigrants or all these refugees have been properly vetted. In fact, we know that there are cases of people who allegedly were properly vetted, and then were literally planning terrorist attacks in our country. That happened during the campaign, if you may remember. So clearly not all of these foreign nationals
but there are
have been
30,000
properly vetted.
Find Afghan refugees.
But my primary concern as the vice president, Margaret, is to look after the American people. And now that we know that we have vetting problems with a lot of these refugees.
With this one. These snarky comments. So the answer is no. But why does she always take the opposite side? Oh, that's her job? No. Her job is to try and glean information to inform you and me. Not to be so nasty and confrontational. They have no idea what their jobs are, or they don't care because they're hitmen and hit women. The way you would ask a question like this, Margaret, would be, give us the policy reasons for not bringing in these 30,000 Afghan refugees. That's how you ask the question. Answer. No, it's not flashy. Your friends at, wherever, Starbucks.
Scotch guard.
You go down, how can we screw the minute? How can we do that? They're not going to be happy with you. But why don't you actually try being professional for one damn second of your career? The prices of food are not going to be. Treat the people who drove
It's good. The fucking nephew,
he's explained it.
he got right into it. As soon as he walked in the door, he seen it sitting there, right? I think he took 2 pieces with him. He fucking ate 4 pieces of bread, fucker. I'm going to have to make another box.
Food comes down. Now, what does energy do? Energy is involved in all packaging of food. Energy is involved when you go into a supermarket, right? When you have groceries in the freezer sections or the air conditioning sections. I go on and on and on.
The amount of bananas.
Fertilizer, that comes out of the ground too. Starts out in the form of oil. That has to be refined in certain ways. Tractors use oil and gas, and all that drives down the price. If you drive down the price of food. No, Margaret, you were the stupidest one in the class, weren't you? I'll be right back. WMAL. For cyber threats.
Tiffany won't come to my chat.
Personal information is paramount.
Charlie, she has too much pride. She's too proud of herself, Danielle. She's.
This Urban Marshall credit card bill could jeopardize your financial data. Make it more
Seriously.
It's a controversial bill that proposes
That's where they are out here.
$dollars worth of consumer transactions to payment networks that lack the robust features consumers rely on. Who could possibly want that?
That's why I put the link. Anybody wants to come up, come on up. If you think you want to. Starting to wind down. It's 8:30. There's only a half hour left to Mark Levin.
It's time to take a stand. Visit electronicpaymentscoalition.org. Make your voice heard. Tell your senators.
Not watching JC's now. I was earlier.
Electronic Payments Coalition.
Attention taxpayers. The IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers dollars. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk waiting.
It is windy. I have a broom hanging on a hook out there, and that fucking broom's getting blown back and forth.
Your body's natural healing and rebuilding processes slow down. A collagen supplement from Ancient Nutrition can help you feel and look your best. Ancient Nutrition's mission is to create high-quality supplements that combine ancient wisdom and modern science. Ancient Nutrition's Collagen Advanced Lean Supplement contains 10 types of collagen from 10 real food-based sources. Their formula is powered by clinical
The wind's blowing hard and steady, wicked.
healthy weight.
We got like a northwestern storm coming in off the. It's a miracle it's not snowing like crazy.
Easy to work into your daily routine by mixing it into your morning coffee, matcha, or your favorite.
What's up, Billy?
Charlie?
ancientnutrition.com/take25 for
Billy, I was over there trolling the shit out of Patrick. And Kevin's channel was rooting like a little schoolgirl for Patrick and everything.
Blocks me.
Huh?
He blocks me. Kevin's channel?
They all block you, Billy. They can't handle you.
Right? You remember when I first met him in that, and he thought I didn't like him and shit? And he blocks me.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna block somebody, just block somebody for 24 hours, unless they're your real enemy. Okay, and Billy is hardly anybody's enemy, ladies and gentlemen. He's nobody's enemy. Okay. Everybody likes Billy. Come on, you gotta admit, Billy fucking brings the numbers to a chat room. Billy's got content. Billy is content on his own channel.
Patrick Rowe was fucking, that was funny as hell. That was
Yeah.
fucking, I think JC was enjoying that. Charlie, what do you think?
I wasn't over there at the time. I was over here listening
Did my post show when I posted the channel for Patrick?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look.
Not that they don't have it, Yeah, how JC is. She doesn't like anybody advertising unless she knows up front. Unless she does it.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
I think she ignored it because of what was, Patrick's getting trolled.
Yeah, he's getting his teeth kicked in, man. I mean, he must really, really like it tonight. He's a sadist.
He went to that bar. All right, he
Yeah.
can't. That's not a chopper. I looked at that. I got his. I've been saying it all along.
You got a good eye, Billy, for shit.
That's like a. It's not a fat bob front end. There's a name for it, and I can't remember. I'd have to refresh.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a chopper. It's not custom. That wheel doesn't stick out far enough to be a chopper. That fucker be sitting up like this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how the new ones are.
Now the bike that the Undertaker rides into camp with, now that's a chopper. That's a
Probably Los Angeles County, Orange County choppers, no doubt.
Guys like that have more than one of them.
Well, hell yeah. Hey, how would you like to be the guy that owns Orange County choppers, huh?
Are they still on TV? I haven't watched cable.
I don't think so.
I'd have to search. I'll check YouTube sometime and see what's going on. See if they got anything going.
Yeah, that's a big fella, man. That dad fella, he's big, dude. He's like 6'9" and 300 pounds.
6'9", but he's pretty husky guy.
Yeah. I mean, he's tall, man. He's big. He'd shadow our ass. Is that you cloning that?
Patrick's still going. Are you tuned into JC's?
No, you want me to?
And you can listen if you want. I got Mark Levin in my ear, but I got it so I can hear you.
I'm okay, man. I'm up on your panel and shit.
Patrick is. I should. I don't know if JC's heard me. I have it over across the room.
You're so tempted to restream, aren't you, Billy?
I've been all night. She don't give
You're
a shit
such
right
a
now.
bad one.
She
Billy.
did that because she was mad at me because I was trolling her hard and saying shit that she didn't want to hear, and, because of Randy and all that. But it's a new year. It's time to move on.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't tear people down and not build them up. If I think it's not good to do that. Leadership in the military, you praise in public and you reprimand in private, right?
Absolutely, Billy. Absolutely. Spoken like an NCO.
I'm a supervisor.
Yeah. I like that, Billy. I like that. That's what I like about you, Billy. You know shit. That's why you're like a big brother to me. Spanky's like a big brother too, but Spanky's a bad big brother. He don't treat me too well all the time. He likes to call me names and say I'm sucking cock all the time. Listen, Spanky, come on up on the panel, Spanky. Let's talk about this. We've got some unfinished business, you and I.
People are getting terminated. Trump's firing fucking people left and right. He's
absolutely
out of fucking jail.
Yeah.
It's a cesspool in Washington, D.C.
Hasn't it been since, Billy? It's been like that the last fucking 20 years.
Off and on, yeah. What they did to Newt Gingrich was awful.
Yeah.
Newt Gingrich, they came in back in the 90s there. Clinton's going to get credit for the economy. He shouldn't. Because if it wasn't for the Republican Congress, Clinton should have vetoed the spending bills.
Yeah.
So he wrote on Newt Gingrich's. I was in college then. I started college.
Yeah.
January 94, I started college.
Yeah, Gingrich was a Republican, was he not?
Pardon me?
He was a Republican, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Speaker of the House.
Smart man.
You got to be smart to be Speaker of the House, man. Be anywhere in the elite Congress and Senate and all that.
Guess who writes history books?
Historians,
senators.
Yeah.
People. Americans are exceptional.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We brought the world toilet paper. The hell did they do before toilet paper? The fuck did they shear the sheep and use wool, or what the fuck did they do? Oh, there was the cotton, right? You imagine just using them little cotton balls, trying to wipe that. When you get older, your asshole gets messier. You get loose bowels.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Hey, this is McHale's name. I mean, McHaden's Navy.
McHaden's Navy, right. McHaden's Navy and the pink submarine. You remember that, don't you, Billy?
No, it's I want to listen to JC's, but I want to listen to what Martin. It's what I'm hearing. You guys should hear, but.
Well, I can
anybody that watches me now, they know, during certain times what I'm going to be listening to, so they can actually listen to it themselves.
Yeah.
They're after RFK Jr. They're idiots.
Got a fresh bowl.
$100 million defamation lawsuit against.
Man, I heard about that. Did you hear? Did you hear about that chick on The View? She lost her job.
Here we go again. This is going to be another George Stephanopoulos deal.
Billy, one of those ladies lost her job for that shit.
Oh yeah, they are that fucking Whoopi. Do you know what Whoopi Goldberg's real name is?
What?
Karen Johnson.
Karen Johnson.
She's 3 years older than me.
That's it?
I can remember when she first came on the scene, movies and all that, and then they made The Color Purple, and with Oprah and all that. And I'm like, here we go. Here comes affirmative action.
I thought she was good.
Yeah, Oprah. Can you imagine me being a guest on Oprah? I'd love to. Hey, I made it through on Al Sharpton's radio program. He hung the phone up on me, the fucker. I asked him about Bruce Fairkind. He didn't like it. That was after I went to his fucking Facebook page. They kept reporting me. They get banned for 30 days on Facebook. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know. That Paul Shepard, it's kind of sketchy there, isn't it, Matt? Something ain't right there with Paul Shepard. So there's no way you can be living in a halfway house, because if you were in they wouldn't let you smoke pot, would they? I don't know. Is it legal where you're at?
Billy.
I don't think you could do it here. And I mean, we don't have very many halfway houses, but they do have places for, people coming out, out of jail or whatever.
I'm not in one of those anymore, Billy.
Not with a bong.
No, it's absolutely not. You're right. Not with a bong.
There's one in Ogdensburg that's a pretty good size building. You got to go through some hoops to get in there. You got to be homeless in the first place.
Yeah.
Even when you're homeless, they want to know how much money you're making. I live in the poorest county of the state. St. Lawrence County is the poorest county of the state.
Wow. Damn, sorry to hear about that, Billy. You know what the poorest state in the country is?
Not good.
Mississippi. And then Michigan. Mississippi is from Mississippi.
Well, the biggest thing in the news is Trump and they deporting all these illegal aliens. And where is it? Colombia. At first, the Colombian government, they weren't going to take them back. Yeah, well, here, we'll put a tariff on your goods coming to America.
Yeah.
They're sending planes for all the illegals to go back to Colombia. So get the fuck out, you motherfuckers. Come here legally. Do it like everybody else has done it. There's no other country on the face of the earth where you can go and become a citizen of that country. America is the only place you can come here as a non-American and become an American. English is our language.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I was just a lowly old potato peeler on a submarine. There's a lot smarter people on them fuckers than me. Is there somebody behind your flag, or you got your window open?
No, I got the AC. Well, the heat just turned on.
Oh, okay.
And it blows like from the wall to this wall right here behind me. Basically, I get a blast. Get a blast of heat and everything.
Oh, what
Yeah.
did Tiffany tell you when you invited her to come over here?
She didn't say nothing. She just I know she got the invitation and everything, and you know, if she wants to come over, she'll come over. If not, that's fine too, you know.
Mad at me a long time.
I don't know, you know. I'm hoping you're nice to her when she comes. I think I told her you'd like it if she came over. That's what I told her, and I think you would. You like it when there's new people coming over. You like that shit. I know what you like, Billy. I've known you for 5 years. You know, especially when a lady comes over. You know.
So, you think Tiffany just wants me to throw her right down on the bed and just get to scrogging?
Now that's something you're gonna have to talk to her about.
Fuck the preliminary. Are you gonna watch, Gary? You want to watch? You want to watch your old lady doing
the
old
cuckold?
man?
The cuckold, right? Billy, is that what they're called?
I'll show her how to really play milk lemonade. Turn the corner fudges made. I bet you I could teach you something, Tiffany.
Well, what about Wolfie?
What about her?
Don't you want to save yourself for her? I mean, she's a cutie.
No. See, this is where you go off the rails, Charlie. You and Wiggin. Wiggin thinks I was getting a fucking boner over Jan. I know why Jan came here. I know what's going on. These fuckers don't fool me, Charlie.
I know they don't.
That woman, she tried. I had to set her straight a couple times. She ain't been back since.
Yeah.
And if she was gonna porn bomb me, she just didn't have the heart to do it. You know, basically, I got porn bombed by Cali Chica. Now, if I'm gonna get porn bombed, I'd like to have a pair of tits do it. Yes.
Cali Chica.
And they didn't do anything until the next day. I kept showing that clip over and over and over, and they fucking, I didn't get a strike or whether they gave me a warning or some shit. They fucking removed it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Google. You guys are lucky I'm not the fucking CEO. I'll take over. Idiots. Now, I might not be a computer programmer, but I know how to deal with people.
Yeah. That's why I nominated you for U.S. Senate.
Is he still over at JC's having a fucking fit? A motherfucker he's gonna be shaking that. He's got that back scratcher. That ain't shit, that back scratcher. I got something better than that back scratcher. You want to see it? Wow. I mean, that wind just, I got a couple of chairs out there, wooden chairs. It didn't blow it over. And I have my my bird bath, and that's where I've been putting the unshelled peanuts. I would be surprised that fucker got tipped over.
Is it a concrete bird bath?
No. Plastic one. I got sand in it.
Okay.
It all starts with the
Holzman, thank you so much.
Yeah, northern winds got to be destructive, man.
Going to drholzman.com. That's drholzman.com.
It's Jonathan Cotton with a Good Feet store. And when you think of high impact,
that's a fucking back scratcher right there.
Hell yeah, man.
That's what I
engage with nurses.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I'd make Angie give me the body massage that Lady Sky said she was going to give me. Remember when Mary said she's going to rock my world?
Oh, did she now?
Remember that?
No, I don't. I didn't know that, Billy.
Walking throughout the hospital, I am free from any type of pain. And after working at 12
You have a problem with dry skin?
Sometimes.
B vitamins.
You got to wash your back, fellas. Get you a brush. Wash your back.
Green leafy vegetables. Hey,
That's
Patrick.
You gotta wash your back, fellas. You know, it's going to itch and you're going to get cysts and they'll have to pop them and everything.
Touch it. Let's pretend we're in the movie Deliverance. Only I survive. Patrick.
That's a nice sheet you got on there too. Is that custom?
Patrick. Yeah, I'm gonna put the attachment on this, Patrick, and dig a hole for you. This has a shovel. It has a shovel attachment. Patrick. That is a fucking tool right there. That's a woodsman's tool right there.
Thanks.
I'm gonna stay out in the woods any length of time, more than a day. That is a fucking must right there. I've swung many a splitting wedge. I've split a lot of wood in my lifetime. Not recently, though, when I was younger. I split a lot of wood. Patrick, you can't even get out of that chair. You can barely get out of that chair just to take a piss. Your motorcycle's broke down. It's not a chopper. You went to the bar drunk. You can't even drive your motorcycle there. What the fuck? I would never go live and do that. If I had a motorcycle sitting here, I'd jump on that fucker. And
Well,
Patrick says I'll never have a Harley. Show you a picture of my Harley, Charlie? I ever show you my picture?
No, I haven't seen it.
Sense of your world.
Three to six right here.
Is your risk high when an IRS agent is about to flip up your phone?
Oh, wow. Damn, Billy.
Hey, Wolfster, look where my hand is.
Look at Billy's bike, Joey. Look at Billy's bike. Billy, hold it up again so my brother can see it. Look at that.
Huh.
That is fucking nice.
Okay. I have a couple other pictures.
He's got some more pictures.
But this is the only picture I have with me leaning on it.
That is awesome, dude. Got a V-twin.
1990 lowrider. Had saddlebags. You can see the windshield. Just it popped off. The saddlebags, right?
Yeah.
Belt drive.
Hell yeah, man.
I should have never sold that fucker. Black and red.
Oh, you had your reasons.
Look at the size of the thighs on that boy. Huh?
First step in solving your tax problems, so the only one that does this.
Like that. What color is my hair in that? Do I look like a strawberry blonde?
Yeah.
Remember the other day when I said strawberry blonde and Patrick Rowe had a fit?
Over JC's?
Is that JT? I just noticed it.
Yeah,
that was. I don't even know if that's the real one. I just noticed that.
It looks like him unless somebody's cloning the shit out of him.
There he is, Wiggin. He's over here. There he is.
Yeah,
I'll help you out, you poor fucker. All right, I'll help you out, JT. Just a turd. Yeah, we'll put that up there. There you go. Skin, Charlie. It's working.
Well,
by Trust Link for $9.
doxing's not cool, man. I mean, we already got somebody that does that. If you want to do some original material, do something else
Better business spirit. Doesn't
than
get any better
doxing. You know, that's just a request from the sergeant here. You know,
Hello, 3 guys. Well, we go. No cost, no
is that your
obligation.
trailer in the background?
Check it out.
No, I was
Just call 800.
we were on our way to a concert.
Okay.
I went
That's
to
a
a
nice
concert
shooter, man.
that day. Private out in the country. They had a stage for the band, and it was. Hey, listen, I got in. I made friends with a guy who owned a titty bar.
A good friend.
Hey, they a couple other things, and the other owner is a master mechanic on Harley Davidsons. His dad was retired Navy. They found out who I was, and it's like they just sucked me right in.
Yeah.
Phone's going off. Somebody's. So what does this even mean? I'm so addicted to doxing. Right now, I even dox myself exclusively at JT. Fuck, I've been advertising for you,
Should we invite him to come up on the panel?
The link is right there.
Come on up, JT.
He ain't coming up here. You don't dare come up here.
I think you will. Come up.
You ain't got the nerve to come up here. You ain't man enough to come up here, JT.
But JT, I caution you, if you come up here, Wiggin might just jump up here as well and give you peace of my mind. See, something happened last night on your stream that angered Wiggin, because yesterday, before you went live, Wiggin said something to the effect, I don't want to quote Wiggin word for word, but he said something to the effect that you were an enemy at that point, something like that, He's got
doxing, you can't dox me.
Yeah,
I doxed myself a long time ago. My address is public. Fuck, JC got my address a long time ago. All she did is contact the post office, and there it is.
Wow.
Tomorrow I could go and fucking make it private.
That's amazing.
I'm still at 12 Austin Street, but if I moved, all I gotta do is rent a post office box.
Yeah.
I could hide if I wanted to.
Okay, so what you're saying is if you have a post office box, there's no way you can get your address doxed.
What are you gonna do? Dox a post office box?
Yeah.
I don't know. Right? I go to the post office, and especially if I did move from the address, if they showed up to 12 Austin Street and I'm not there, I'm gone.
Yeah.
They actually come looking for me. I'd like to see them show up on my doorstep. They better shoot me with an AK out from the fucking
I don't
street.
think anybody's becoming on anybody's doorstep, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd like to. I don't know if they live closer, they might. There's a couple that want to. They hate
Well,
me.
I'd like to come see you as a friendly visit. My, Electro and I, we'd like to come see you. Maybe it'll happen. We get these new fucking e-bikes we got coming, man. They're supposed to do 52 miles per hour. Supposed to be some bad motherfuckers, right? Right, brother? Mm-hmm.
Jason, I wouldn't be surprised if Wiggin avoids my chat tonight. He's gonna sit back.
Are you kidding me?
He'll sit back and watch me kick these motherfuckers' asses all by my lonesome. You ain't got the balls to come up here and take me one-on-one, JT. Come on. I'm sure Charlie will oblige me if I ask him to step down for a minute while I fucking talk to you. Come on.
No problem.
Come on, JT. You got your start here, JT. You guys came here. Nobody'd know you if it wasn't for fucking stepping in my place.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
That's a fact. Doubt Wiggins scared. He's too fucking crazy to be scared. All right, I found it, Charlie. We're going to show it, okay? And then I'll show Mark Dice.
Is being a public figure in today's political climate. As a senator who has built his brand on authenticity and a willingness to challenge the status quo, Fetterman is...
So Fetterman is taking legal action against Sonny Houston also.
When I see the remarks go back price on Alka-Seltzer Plus.
There's a very clear message as to what this president wants the look of a criminal migrant to look like, what an undocumented migrant. And I think that's racist.
Hold on. Let me chime in. Ma'am, how do they pay you money to be stupid? They pay her to be stupid. Can y'all be like, well, how can I get a job to be paid so much to be stupid?
I got my light on the desk over there. That's what's causing all the glare.
This video is brought to you by Tatum Store. Brought to you by Tatum Store. Ladies and gentlemen, we got all the cool merch. I don't know how, nobody doing it like we doing it. We have our graphic designs. One of the guys that do graphic design for us is literally world renowned. So we have the best designs. We have the best products. We have the best blanks. You name it, we got it. The prices are good. And I'm giving
graphic design. I keep talking about that.
WON20 to get 20% off the entire store. So you can get your Trump crypto shirt. You can get your inauguration day, which is legendary. And we also heard you guys who requested that we have multiple colors. So we're doing more than just
I don't bank online.
Multiple colors on here, multiple designs, and different shirts. Like this right here is like
I don't order stuff and use my bank card. About the furthest I go is pay my electric bill or my cable bill or both. If I don't just go to Kinney's and pay cash.
Also, this all-American Trump shirt. I think these are available. Maybe they're available now. So go on to the Tatum Store, get it now. And also, Candace Owens has some merch too. Her merch look pretty cool, man. This looks slick. You can go on to Candace Owens, add to cart, get some of Candace Owens merch today as well. And then also don't forget the discounts. If you're in the military, firefighter, first responder, student, teacher, healthcare worker, senior, commercial driver, or you're on disability, a low income, you get a discount on my store.
Isn't that weird how that light changes just doing that? It does for me.
Go get some stuff today. We got them on the view crying over it. Come on, pull up the view. We got them crying over illegals. Hold on 1 second before we start the clip. Under President Donald Trump's leadership, ICE agents are working tirelessly to protect our communities from child, you know what is, to suspected ISIS terrorists. And here are some of the worst. I can't say the name. The De La Cruz gang, the Jordanian national, who's involved in that, MS-13 members from El Salvador, a Mexican nationalist. These are just examples of people that they have already deported. This, the first person on my list right here. So one guy, the one from De La Cruz, Manzo, convicted of you know what against a child, arrested in Seattle. This other guy suspected of ties to ISIS was arrested. Another guy is wanted in aggravated homicide. This one right here is wanted for murder with an active Interpol red notice, which that means he's noticed he's wanted around the world. Honduras national found with cocaine, fentanyl, and a firearm, convicted of X offense. What was it? A Honduras national convicted of driving while impaired, pending charges. This is just an example of some of these people that are getting arrested. Manslaughter charges, aggravated DUI charges. Selena Gomez crying over them. Roll the clip.
U.S. Border Czar Tom Homan has started.
Oh, look at that woman. Holy fuck.
Nationwide raid and the U.S. military to carry out mass deportations of undocumented citizens. Now, he told ABC News chief of global affairs correspondent.
Pause it. What the is undocumented citizens? How did she get away with saying that? There's no such thing.
That's what they've been doing it for years.
You don't have no documentation. You are not a citizen.
Look at that goofy fucker.
The rat is that this is just the beginning.
Look at that fucking mouth on her.
See every
single day, ending in what the president has promised is millions and millions being deported.
Yes, but you're going to see the number steadily increase, the number of arrests nationwide as we open up the aperture.
The estimates of perhaps those who have been convicted or arrested in the past 700,000 to over 1 million. So after you do that,
Martha,
then you go after everybody.
Martha.
If you're in the country illegally, you're on the table.
The acting Homeland Security Secretary said in a statement, criminals will no longer be able to hide in America's schools and churches to avoid arrest. What criminals are hiding in schools?
How many MS-13 members are at age 14, 17? Many of them.
So, is this the immigration system fix that people had in mind when they voted?
To answer your question, which is this the immigration fix that this country wanted? I think absolutely there are certain people that wanted to see this kind of pain and destruction for a certain group or type of immigrant. Because if you look at the numbers, yes, the number of immigrants that come.
That is one stupid woman right there. That's one sincere ignorant bitch.
28%.
Dumb fucker.
I don't think they walk across the southern.
Dumb fucker. Look at her.
The next largest are European.
She doesn't even look in the camera.
Just saying.
They don't even look in the camera.
A lot of them are undocumented.
They sit there and talk amongst themselves.
But a lot of
Fucking cackling motherfuckers.
Yeah, she's the one that got
Dumbest
fired.
fucking show on TV.
the Europeans that come here that overstay their visas are undocumented, but they don't come across the southern border. So I think there's a very clear message as to what this president wants the look of a person.
Just said Europeans come here, they come here undocumented. You know, there's a lot of Europeans that come here and they have their passport, whatever, they have the credentials to get into the country. And Melania Trump filed a $100 million lawsuit against this dumb fucker. I hope she wins. I got a feeling she's gonna win. She's a dumb bitch.
How do they pay you money to be stupid? They pay her to be stupid. Can y'all be, well, how can I get a job to be paid so much to be stupid? Why do they keep saying undocumented? It's illegal alien in the FBI directive. Like when you look at the way they're defined, it's called illegal alien. Okay. Also, you notice every single person that they are deporting and that they're capturing, that they put in the back of them vans, and these people have committed atrocities. The question.
Wait a minute, Charlie. I got a thought in my head.
Stop comparing illegal aliens who are in this country who didn't do nothing with the ones who are committing atrocities. And I just put a couple of examples on here. You are the one conflating the two and trying to make them equal. You are doing that.
Commercial.
I'm still with you, Billy.
Okay. Well, in my view,
Yeah, I can see you, Charlie.
he has circumvented established law by weaponizing the U.S. military.
Can you explain what you mean by
Yes.
that?
Generally, before being deported, you have an asylum case pending in front of a court, and you must appear in front of that judge. Right now, there are 3 million asylum cases and 900 judges. That is why the bipartisan bill that was going to be passed addressed
Bipartisan. There's nothing bipartisan about the Democrat Party, specifically the Congressional Black Caucus. Fucking sick of them.
qualifies for invasion. And on the U.S.-Mexico border, not any other border. And that cleared the way for the Department of Defense
Dumb
to deploy
person.
the military.
She's
And
gonna be paying out $100 million before long. She's been sued
military members,
by the first
many
lady.
of them did not join the military.
Has the View been sued or that particular individual?
That they are also racially profiling.
Hold on. I don't know if she understands. The Army, Navy, and all of them are not deployed on American soil. It's more than likely they're deploying the National Guard. More than likely. Then am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yes.
They
10th Mountain Division has New York State National Guard station on it, and those are the people who would go.
domestic.
That's a
Even if
fact.
Trump deployed the military, it's supposed to be our foreign or dealing with foreign invasion and whatever the case may be, our foreign enemies. It's still
For domestic
on the
issues,
border
they send the
when we get
National
invaded
Guard.
by terrorists.
So
That's
the
what
New
they
York
do.
State National Guard from 10th Mountain Division
And giving them oath to them.
is an ignorant person. That is ignorant right there. That's ignorance personified.
Like, let me just say this real quick for those of you who may be
Look at the money she makes doing that.
flooding through the southern border.
Not anymore.
Thousands per month.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't have libeled the first lady.
Nope, she shouldn't have.
I mean, they did not even make contact with these people. Millions with a border that is open to that degree. Do you not think that terrorist organizations are sending people through? If at any point you wanted to get into America and cause a terrorist activity to occur, the easiest and the fastest way to do it is not by airplane, but by the southern border, where there's tens of millions of people that have come through our border in the last 4 years. There is hundreds of thousands of them that come every month. You have to be the most naive, deceived person on planet Earth to ever exist to think that there's not one terrorist that have come in through the southern border. You have to be even more dense.
He just posted this 2 hours ago. He already has 43,000 views.
Only want this country to protect the American people. They keep acting like they're going and finding grandma in the grocery store and throwing them in the back of a paddy wagon. They are going after people who are already in trouble and have a deportation order. Grandma and them will never be found. They don't have time to go to door and ask you if you have papers or not. That is low. That would be municipal law enforcement.
That's a low life right there.
Doing that. Sonny Hostin know they're not doing that. Stevie Wonder can see they're not doing that. Every arrest that you see on television, every recorded arrest that you have seen and observed, have been people committing heinous atrocities in our country. Roll it.
In doing this. In Newark, New Jersey, a business venue on Thursday was raided, and among the citizens that they detained and questioned was a Puerto Rican man and a military vet. For the 50 million thousandth time, Puerto Ricans are Americans and disproportionately in the military. And so I say all of this to say that I am disappointed, disgusted, and saddened by what I'm seeing.
Can I make one point of clarity though?
Please. So, you asked the question.
Here's the other one.
All they're doing is clucking, dude.
That's a fake Republican right there.
They're all cluckers, dude.
Because now their abuelas and their tios
Look at
getting
it.
deported.
Shifty eyes.
Yep.
Up any sympathy for those people? Yeah. And look, I'm an immigrant.
Bunch of
I
hens,
know
Billy.
the desperation that it takes to leave your country.
Hold on. Ma'am, give us some examples. Who's abuela and whose family members getting deported like that? I don't know of any. Now, they might be, but you should have got your abuela and them papers. You had 12 years to do it. I mean, you had more than that. Donald Trump, if this is the crackdown, well, Obama did it, and y'all didn't say nothing.
She's a fucking immigrant.
Your abuela and them was all going when Obama was in office. But just say that Donald Trump just decided.
So is it Melania?
After he left office.
Elon Musk is an immigrant.
Then I look at it and say, your grandma and them getting deported.
It's really windy out. I mean, it's fucking bad.
Your grandma should have did what they did. How do you?
Well, at least you're inside, Billy.
To go to the University of Arizona.
It gets like this during wintertime.
I
It
bet.
never stops.
Taking notes. Never leave.
You lived there all your life. You know how it is.
So I paid for this. I didn't pay for mine. I had a scholarship. I paid for my master's degree. But the people who had to pay, y'all paying $40,000 tuition. And y'all doing all the rigmarole. You have to apply. You have to do an interview. You have to qualify. You have to do all of this stuff to get into the university. And somebody just walk in the classroom and sit down there and take a test. and they somehow get a degree just like you. How is that fair? People that spent their whole life trying to get over.
Is that a race or rain?
Is it?
Erase rain. There she is. That's another dumb bitch from that show. That's a sincerely ignorant person right there.
Stayed up late. They probably would have made
Anna Navarro.
A job and go to school. They doing all of this stuff. They're in debt. They're terrified. They're sacrificing to pay back the student loan debt, and then
their view sucks.
Yeah, I don't watch that show.
They love people forgiving their loans. People that's the default and all kinds of stuff. They're forgiving their loans. I don't know about the default people, but they forgiving loans. It ain't right. It ain't fair. Roll it.
Mm-hmm. Amongst immigrants in particular, there is no doubt that we want anybody who had the opportunity to come to this great country and committed a crime, we want them punished, we want them deported to the fullest extent of the law. But a lot of good, hardworking people who are in our schools, who are our colleagues, who own houses and businesses here.
Houses? They own houses.
Because it's been reported that ICE has now been, ICE officers all over the country have been given a quota. There is no way they meet that quota just with criminal aliens. And let me just say, I think that what
somebody stick a dick in that, please.
In addition to the legal aspect,
you want to, Billy.
Has a lot to do with a publicity stunt.
You would love it, Billy.
The point is instilling fear, but it's also very costly.
Some of that Latino love.
It's something like 8,500.
She sounds like Cali Chica.
C-130.
Tell you what, Billy, there's some great lovers, those Latinas.
Costing us so that he can have his picture and his photo up 100 times more what a charter flight would be. And I have been saying for 2 months that people need to get prepared because he said this was coming and he's living up to that. So what does that mean? It means that the immigrants out there, if you're an undocumented immigrant, if you've got a kid in school,
if you're undocumented immigrant,
that school, give them a list of adults that can go pick up that kid if you are taken in. Have your documents ready. If you can consult with
they don't have any documents.
And all of those people crying right now and feeling bad.
Stop. As soon as she started trying to speak Spanish, you out of my get. How much time I got on this clip anyway? Yeah, forget it. I don't want to hear nothing else. When she started trying to speak Spanish and doing all this old virtue signal stuff, I don't want to hear it. You should have been having this in place already. What y'all thought you thought you was just gonna do this forever? You thought you was gonna live in America forever? When people died to establish this country, you just come over here for free because you need help. Everybody need help. Everybody looking for a better opportunity. There's 1 billion people starving in the world. Everybody want to come to America. What are you so special? You should have been having the people look your kid, take care of your kid anyway.
I love this.
Compassion for people who are doing the right thing that's over here illegally. But hey, man, it's life. It's life. There's consequences for your actions. If you came here legally, you wouldn't have nothing to worry about.
He's got Jesus is Lord tattooed on his arm.
Nothing to worry about. I don't feel sorry. What am I going to tell you? The ones who did it right, they good. Not unless you're saying most Mexicans in this country are illegals, which I don't think that's the case. I hope not.
He's a military veteran also.
Is he? Cool.
And he was a cop.
Why you paid that much? Worried about 10, 15 years from now that you're going to somehow get deported.
He's also a Trump supporter, correct?
I want y'all just pray for him. How about y'all help Mexico or wherever they came from to become a better place so they can actually live in their own country? Nobody told you that you should have had a kid over here. Your kid shouldn't even be a citizen anyway. They've been hoodwinking the American people and putting our tax dollars to your best interest and neglecting us for long enough. Kids shouldn't even be citizens. I don't care if you're born over here and your mama ain't a citizen. How do you become a citizen? That was never the intent of the 14th Amendment, was that somebody come over here and drop a baby off and now their baby's a citizen. That was for people who were already here, that it was established
160 years ago.
Citizens. 14th Amendment. And immigrants who come over here the right way, you can have a kid and be an American citizen. But you come over here and you just gonna anchor yourself here in America by being pregnant in Mexico but having the baby over here. Nah, man. I think that we need to clean house. Maybe you can come back. You got to come back the right way. Maybe when you go, you'll appreciate America a little more, and we'll get the system cleaned up, and maybe we'll give you you get to the front of the line if you are already here and you got family here. Why can't we do that? I think we can make that happen. You just got to spend a little more time in Mexico somewhere. Maybe we'll come back and get you. You got a baby here? Okay, maybe we'll put you in the front of the line. And 3 million people who don't have no family here that don't even need to be here in any way, we could just remove them from the rolls and focus on the people who got kids here or who had kids here that have an interest in America. Maybe we'll bring you back. But my ancestors died over here so that we could be here. They were enslaved, beaten, tortured, and they fought through that, have a piece of this land. And you ain't finna just come over here willy-nilly because you feel like it today.
Willy-nilly. I like that, Billy.
So, Charlie,
is
that better than listening to Wiggin fucking make noise on that fucking guitar he's got? Or
Don't
2 or
say
3
that.
of them?
Come on.
Yeah.
This guy only speaks once in a lifetime. Wiggin speaks daily. Come on, man.
What?
The guy you just come on. The guy you
Are
just
you
now
kidding?
heard.
You know how many views this fucker? You know how many people listen to him?
Does he
You
have
know how
other
long? You know how long I've been listening to? He's been on YouTube for quite a while now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
He streams live. He puts a live stream up. There's fucking. It makes us look sick. You ever hear that Paul Tuttle Jr. when he does a design, he gets done with a motorcycle, he'll say that's sick, right?
Yeah, I mean that's cool. Yeah, my daughter's taught me that. My daughter's taught me the word "sick" means cool. You know, like we used to say "rad" when I was a kid. You know, or awesome, or radical. Yeah. Yeah, see that's William Durant's type of people right there, man. They will eat your heart out.
It's an advertisement from day to night. We got you covered. Petula, visit site. So it's women wearing spandex.
Well, Will likes the women of that build.
Why would you even bring his name up about that?
Because
Will Durant is a putz. He ain't getting no women. He sits online fucking drooling all the time. That
he certainly ain't gonna get those women.
Yeah, he ain't taking nobody home. Ain't nobody going visiting him.
Yeah. Same can be said for me. But I'm not really looking
You're not out here doing what he's doing. You don't have a stream and saying that you get all the women.
Oh,
I don't hear you running. You're not running around bragging that you get all these fucking women.
Mr. Pimp.
Right? In fact,
Peter
you have
Pimp.
one up on him, Charlie. You have one up on him. All right.
What's that?
Tiffany set you a pic,
Oh.
right? You guys, right? He ain't no woman spreading their legs for him, except for maybe Rusty.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. He said he had Melody's butts picture.
He says that. If he had that fucker, he'd show it. He ain't got shit.
He's not going to show that around.
He ain't got shit. There ain't no woman went
Okay.
backstage with him to fucking show him anything.
Okay, well, just say he does.
Much less send a picture in an email or some shit like that.
Yeah, well, they're talking offline from what he says. That's his woman, I guess.
Let's see if I name this one.
Being a mother of dogs, taking care of your dogs. Look at these kids. Look at Jackson. He's so proud. He brought Dad a Canadian.
That's Ted Nugent.
And Sadie brought me a mallard. Took her time, but she brought to me. And Coco splooshing out into the pond, bringing me back a big old mallard. Perfection. Duck hunting. Perfection.
Hunting dogs.
Showering your soulmate with attention and doing the dishes and doing the vacuuming and the laundry, cleaning the filter in the dryer, cleaning the vacuum after you've vacuumed, perfection. It's simple, but it all comes down to the choice of the path of your life, which can be epitomized in archery.
He's got the trigger.
Coordinate your hand-eye coordination. Mr. Right hand trigger finger is in charge. Oh!
Not one where they get a buck with a bow.
It's like the arrow hurt his finger or something. He had a trigger.
I'm buying a crossbow. I've
They're
been
good
going to
to
buy
have,
one. I'm buying a crossbow.
Billy, you already got an axe. Okay. If you had a crossbow, that's cool too, man. Melee weapons are good to have around.
All right, I found it, Charlie. Let's we'll put
it on big screen. Thank you, sir.
Discussion. The host didn't hold back. They dissected everything from her time in the White House to her marriage with former President Donald Trump. Some of their remarks were not just unflattering, but downright inflammatory. One host even claimed that Melania hated her role as First Lady and didn't want to be married to Trump anymore. Imagine hearing such personal and damaging claims about yourself broadcasted to millions of viewers. How would you feel? The conversation took a sharp turn when the host began criticizing her redecorating choices in the White House, her apparent dislike for Christmas traditions, and her reluctance to participate in certain First Lady duties. One particularly bold statement suggested that she didn't even want to sleep in the same room as her husband. Can you believe that? These comments painted a picture of someone who was deeply unhappy and resentful.
Ignorant.
It's no wonder Melania felt compelled to act. But is it fair to make such sweep? During the discussion, the host didn't hold back. They dissected everything from her time
Weird
in
how
the
they
White
clipped
House to her
that.
marriage with former President Donald Trump. Some of their remarks were not just
Wasn't really the one. It's a different one. It wasn't really the one I was looking for.
She is so pretty.
And they filed a lawsuit. Funny,
Well, guess what? Who's calling? Hold on a second.
How long has that fucking been sitting there? Since 9 o'clock. 28 minutes. There.
Billy, my brother's on the phone with somebody else. If you could hear their phone call, just let me know, okay? And I'll mute the volume.
That's right. I'm taking off anyways.
Are you?
Yeah, I stirred the pot a little bit, got him going.
Okay.
So I haven't had dinner yet. I gotta go
Yeah.
make myself something to eat and that. So
I
I
hear
can always come back later. I've been live 3.5 hours.
Oh, mercy me. Yeah. You've been, this time. Yeah. Take your
I
break.
take a station break and come back later. How's that sound?
Sounds good. Thanks for having me up, Billy.
You're welcome, Charlie.
All right. See you later.
I'll see everybody else later. I'll be back.